Good afternoon, everyone. Mike Flanagan back with you here. Action is underway. B Squad qualifying at the 2019 Ebonite Fall Classic, formerly known as the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. Here in February and here in September every single year. To bring you the coverage here from Joe Engelkiss, his event, the GIBA, Greater Iowa Bowling Association, two major events they have every year. Ebonite Fall Classic is the new name of the event because Ebonite has stepped up to be the title sponsor of this event. We've already had 7 games this morning from the A squad. And if you'd like to find out how everyone's doing, you can head over to our Inside Bowling Twitter account. That's twitter.com/Inside Bowling. And the scores are updated there currently right now. Your leader after 7 games is Tom Hess at plus 211. Nate Strubler is in second at plus 207. Third is Cameron Crow at 182. 182. Chris Wiley is in fourth at 171. Dakota Vostri is in fifth at 108. And you can see all those scores over there on Twitter. They had 48 bowlers this morning. 28 of them were plus this morning. Just to give you an idea of what the scoring pace is like. This is a 43-foot pattern in length. 31.14 milliliters of oil on the lanes. 2.14 to 1 ratio. It's very flat. We saw some high scores early in the block earlier today. We saw games of 300 from Josh Powell, 298 from Chris Wiley. Troy Fuller bowled a 287. Tom Hess had a 279, just to name a few of the high scores earlier today. I'd like to thank our sponsors for their support of this event. Of course, Ebonite, the title sponsor, makers of the Choice, the Futura, the Game Breaker 3, the Destiny line. Thank you to Ebonite. Next time you go out and you're thinking about getting a new bowling ball, make sure you consider an Ebonite product or at least one of their family of brands at Ebonite International, Hammer, Track, Columbia 300, and Ebonite. Also, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau being part of this event for now its 16th event in succession. 16th edition of this event. And in the Logo Infusion, also been on board for a few years. You can save 20% over at logoinfusion.com if you use the coupon code GIBA19, GIBA19. Also, Brandon Steen, who bowled this morning, his company, USA Mortgage, also a big sponsor of the entire tour up here. Kingpin Bar and Grill right here at Maple Lanes. They donate a portion of the monies that comes in from food and beverage this weekend back into the event. The family of Budweiser beer brands, Budweiser and Bud Light, also a sponsor of this event, and the Hampton Inn just right down the road. Whenever I come to Waterloo, I stay at the Hampton Inn. You should too. It's a $160 entry into this tournament, $3,000 for first. There's a skip procedure today that the bowlers will be following. It's skip 1, skip 2, skip 3. Then they'll skip 1, skip 2, skip 3 during these 7 games of qualifying. We had a squad this morning at 8:30. Again, now here starting a little bit late here, the 145 squad, waiting for a couple of bowlers to cruise in from Cedar Rapids. And then we'll be back again around 7 p.m. tonight for the C squad. 7 games each, 21 total games of stream bowling for you here on Inside Bowling today. In addition, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for 6 games of a cashier's round, and then around noontime when we'll cut to the top 10. What happens when they cut to the top 10? The top 4 bowlers through the 13 games of qualifying from today and tomorrow's cashier's round will take a back seat and they will just relax for a bit. What's going to happen is the 10 seed that has qualified in will take on the 7 seed, and the 8 and the 9 will bowl each other. The winners of each one of those matches will then draw the 5th and 6th seeds through qualifying. They will bowl each other, and then there'll be one game to determine who wins out of that entire little bracket I just described, and they'll become the 5th seed in a traditional stepladder final. Then the stepladder final will take place, 5 versus 4 versus 3 versus 2 versus 1, and we'll crown a champion. The 16th champion, as I mentioned. Also, we do have an interactive chat here on YouTube where you're watching today's coverage. And if you have any questions for me up here in the booth regarding this event, regarding the world of bowling, or you just want to talk about something that's on your mind, feel free to type into the chat and we'll talk it over. If you don't mind, hit the like button down below. That helps us out on YouTube. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Also, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Inside Bowling. Very easy to find us. If you haven't followed us, please make sure that you do. We certainly do appreciate it for providing this free coverage. If you want to take it to the next step and you want to support us even more, we do have a merch shop over on InsideBowling.com. I will tell you that we have served over 5,000 T-shirts have been sold on InsideBowling.com. And they're bowling T-shirts for the most part. We also have a few Pro Shop items as well. Feel free to look around over on Inside Bowling. What we want to do is we want everybody in the world to be wearing bowling shirts instead of shirts you find at Kohl's or wherever it may be. So if you need a new T-shirt, check it out. And I got a coupon code for you over there as well. 20% off this weekend at InsideBowling.com with coupon code LIVE, L-I-V-E, LIVE. You type that in, you save 20% at Inside Bowling. My favorite shirt happens to be the Stucky Bowl shirt right now from the TV show Ed. If you've ever seen the episode when they're horse racing, Carol and Ed and Nancy and Mike, the two couples, buy a horse. What do they name the horse? Carol and Ed and Nancy and Mike. And it was hilarious hearing the guy call that out when that horse was running the race. And down the stretch they come. It's Carol and Ed and Nancy and Mike in the lead. Yeah, pretty funny. So anyway, good show. It was a good bowling show. Brought a lot of exposure to bowling, and we got a shirt on there. So check it out. Want to say hello to our folks in the chat. Ryan Downard says, so with the EBI sponsor, are they doing an incentive for anyone who shoots honor score, kind of like Peterson does wearing a high-five jersey? You know, I don't think that they do, but Ebonite's donated a bunch of balls that they're raffling off here to add more money into the prize fund. So I think they're trying to generate funds for doing that. Are there any pros at the event? Big Beats 206 asks. Tom Hess led earlier today. Nick Pate's bowling the tour full time. He's in the squad today. Dave Barris has bowled on tour at times. He's here. He's also a champion of this event. Let's see. Just looking around. I thought Nick Pate was bowling, or I'm sorry, Nick Krummel was bowling today, but I haven't seen him yet. Andy Mills and Nick Heilman are not necessarily pros. They bowled some regionals and stuff, USBC, Eagle winners. I'll keep my eyes peeled for the pros for you. There is 2 regionals this weekend in this part of the country where many of the pros are at, so the getting is good here this weekend. The field's a little bit weaker. No offense to the bowlers that are bowling, but that PBA experience certainly does pay off in a big way in a tournament such as this. Also, Jay asked, why did they decide to wait for the Cedar Rapids bowlers? Do you agree with the decision to do so? Well, this is a family-owned and operated business up here, and when someone leaves and they get caught in traffic and things like that, and the last squad ran way early, the scoring pace is higher, they knew it wouldn't disrupt anything for the 7 o'clock squad, and the bowlers in here didn't seem to be too upset with the decision. I know that Joe always tries to accommodate as many bowlers as possible, and the way that the way that things work here in this tournament, if you wait for a couple bowlers, the money actually goes almost directly all into the prize fund. So I'm sure the bowlers are happy to have an extra $300 or so in the prize fund waiting on the few bowlers. So, but good question. You know, a lot of times tournaments need to run on time, and if you snooze, you lose. You can't get here on time. But in this particular case, I believe there was an accident or something that was outside of the ordinary circumstances, that other than someone oversleeping or something like that. So that's that. Also, Yahoo here in the chat says, let's go lacrosse squad. I guess we've got some Wisconsin lacrosse guys up here bowling. My college bowling background is a little lacking. I've been spending a little more time on the professional tours. So please let me know in the chat when people come through the stream. I'll be more than happy to call out their names and such. I also have these lanes here. 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and I will tell you who are on these lanes to start this squad. Over on lane 7 and 8, we do have Nick Heilman and Andy Mills, as we mentioned earlier. They're bowling with Jeff Schwu and Rob Warren. Over on lanes 9 and 10, Andy Buelo, Jonathan Shallow, Jason Cragen, and David Pashina. I've also got lanes 13 and 14 for you as well, and I think after this shot right here by Andy, we will head over there, and I'll introduce you to those players. And a crumpler strike, and maybe Nick Heilman, will watch him as well, miss this 9-pin. Of course he's not going to miss the 9-pin. It's Nick Heilman, for crying out loud. And he throws a frozen rope for a strike ball, so why would he do any different on a spare ball? Love you, Nick. Now over here on 13 and 14, you see none other than Tony Manna. And looks like Tony's lost a little bit of weight. And he's bowling with Tony Manna III, which I believe is his son. I believe that's Tony's son down there. So those two are bowling together along with Dave Axon and Anthony Dodge. So 4 on that pair right there. We'll take a look at them and let them throw a few shots. We'll see how they're faring. It looks like Tony Manna, no stranger to the finals in this event. He's made several finals. Excellent bowler. Had a very decorated collegiate career for many, many years. Bowled some on tour as well, but just an awesome bowler. We look off to the right side of the screen. We saw a 210 get converted over on lane 16. Joining me during this broadcast a little bit later is going to be Tom Hess. Said he would join me. He is our tournament leader. Normally sits in the booth for an extended period of time. But his daughter Megan is actually bowling now in this event, so that's kind of cool. We'll have a chance to see when Megan comes through the live stream pairs. Tom's going to come up and join us for a little bit up here in the booth. So we look forward to listening to Tom talk a little bit, see what's on his mind. I haven't caught up with Tom in probably since last February, so it'll be good to do that on the airwaves for everyone to hear, eavesdrop on our conversation. Looks like Yahoo says Nick and Andy's pair are all lacrosse area bowlers. Okay, all right, got it. I guess you mean just Wisconsin lacrosse area, not necessarily college. Got it. Yeah, and then the 210 on 17 was made right after it was made on 16. So a lot of 210s here. Maybe they're playing a little bit tighter than earlier. I see a 2-8-10 off to the right as well, and an effort at that. Dave Axon up on lane 14, bowls this tournament every single time. Awesome dude, great guy. Supports the sponsors, wearing his logo Infusion jersey down there. And also Tony Manna. Ooh, coming in light right there, Tony Manna. Axon and Manna, both a couple of crafty veterans, awesome bowlers. See Brian Halen off to your right, leaves the 4-7, goes to McKendree University, good two-handed player. I'm going to take you out of here and bring you back down to the 2 pairs at once down here on 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And I'm also going to take a moment to go through the entire field now for you and let you know who all is shoeing up on this particular squad, the B squad. 57 bowlers. They would take 60, so they were 3 short of filling the squad. I tried to find somebody to come up and live stream for me so I could go down and shoe up, but it would be a void of my contract because if I led the tournament and had to bowl in the step ladders, then I couldn't commentate and bowl at the same time. I didn't bring my wireless stuff with me. So good news for the field. I didn't bowl. Bad news for the tournament, 1 less entry. So one of these days I'll shoe up and lap the field and just make sure everybody knows who's in the building when he's live streaming it. They all should feel very fortunate that they don't have to shoe up against me whatsoever. So let's take you through this field of talented bowlers. Not as talented as me, of course, but we will try to get through these bowlers and give them their accolades. So down on lanes 3 and 4, Alex Denton and Zach Denton are bowling with Megan Hess and Brendan Schrammick. On lanes 5 and 6, we got Austin Aud and Ronnie Fujita. They're bowling with Rodolfo Madriz and Justin Stewart. We already know who's on 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 right in front of you. So we're going to skip over to 11 and 12. Rob Amers and Dwayne Kiltz bowling with Keith Gruis and Justin Weber on lanes 13 and 14, we already saw Axe and Dodge and the Mannas. On 15 and 16, Brent Boho, Billy Goodman, Brian Halen, and Dave Barris. Barris actually on 17, bowling with Dave Lubinsky, Dave Kuchera, and Nick Pate. Nick Pate, a former champion of this event. So is Nick Heilman as I was going through the names. Billy Hibbard, Dakota Solanka, Brandon Doge, and Matt Hibbard bring up the 4 on 19 and 20. Over on 21 and 22, we have 3 bowlers, Jason Bescher, John Gold, and Joe Stone. 23 and 24, Steve Hawtrey, Sean Hollinger, Jordan Babcock, Mickey Kachina. 25 and 6, Jacob Bedard, Dave Dentlinger, Stephen Keeler, and Casey Murphy. Casey's won this event twice as well as Tom Hess. Jason Miner, Chadwick Cavins, Corey Cavins down on 27 and 8. 29 and 30, Light Blessing, Robert Siafa, and Kyle Clark, along with Lane Rixmere on 29 and 30. And then 31 and 32, Tom Adcock, Andy Stone, Dan Gifford, and Steve Taylor. That is your field, everybody. That's who we got bowling here today at the Ebonite Fall Classic. So that was a mouthful. That was a lot of stuff to say. I do have one other treat for you that I will deliver onto the screen. For those of you that love oil patterns and want to know exactly what they're bowling on today, I will pop that up on the screen right now. So this is the pattern. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a Christmas tree. A bit. Obviously, more oil concentrated in the middle part of the lane, but it is 43 feet in length, 31.14 milliliters of oil, 2.14 to 1 ratio. You see that in the bottom part of the chart, and that's what the field is bowling on here today. That's what they're up against. And if you want to see the scores from round 1, like I said, you can find them on our Twitter channel. You can head over to twitter.com/inside bowling. So if you have any other questions for me, anything else that I may have missed that you want to know about, feel free to type it into the chat. We'll have a conversation about it, and we'll keep rolling. Yahoo says that Nick Pate is a frequent guest on the Brad and Kyle channel. Yes, they are. They are. He is, and he actually took his shirt off recently, if you follow the Brad and Kyle, and he said when he was over in Sweden, people were asking him, hey, Nick, you don't look the same without your shirt on. You got to take your shirt off. Why you got your shirt on? And today he's actually bowling in long sleeves. But no, it looks like he's just got his jersey on now. So anyway, he came up and talked to me about that a little bit beforehand. And Nick's been losing a lot of weight, too. He actually told me that he's getting less women losing the weight than he was when he was a little bit heavier. He says that they like the dad bods today in today's world. I don't really understand what that means, but Nick, I appreciate you sharing that with me. He's looking good, though. He's been bowling good, put in his first full year on tour. Talented individual bowler, and he also is part of the Team USA, and he's awesome bowler, awesome guy. Miss working with him. He made the switch from Ebonite over to Storm. I get to work with a lot of the EVI guys on a one-on-one basis, whether if it's a video shoot or social media, doing interviews, things like that. And miss working with Nick, but we're still great friends, and it's good to see him up here bowling this event for sure. Wish him the best of luck. Fred Mcgee in the chat just wants everybody to know that he's back, and glad to have you back, Fred. I do want to do something here, guys. I let this soundboard of mine be used by the PBA Tour for the PBA, what was it, the league, and they live streamed on Facebook and needed some equipment. So I let them use my equipment, and then through the way I'm packing up my equipment now on my soundboard goes in my suitcase now, and my Pelican case carries some other stuff. So I think this happened to me, but when I plugged in the soundboard, I found a new feature on the soundboard that I'd never, ever heard of or messed with before, and I don't even know if you guys would even hear it. But I hear it here locally, so I want to try it real quick because it makes no sense, and I'll never use it again, and it does nothing to enhance the broadcast, but I just kind of want to play with this thing. So there's this Ready FX effects engine that's built into the soundboard. Now, that sounds pretty cool, right? The Ready effects engine. So it says here that I can give everybody a bright room, a warm lounge, a small stage, a warm theater, a warm hall, a concert hall, a plate reverb. I can give people a cathedral, a chorus plus a rev. Might need an extra rev. Doubler, an echo, a delay 1 fast, a delay 2 medium, or a delay 3 slow, and then a pan delay. So I don't really understand what this thing's all about, but I want to try some of this to see how horrible I can make this broadcast. So who's ready for that? I know I am. You want to see Tony's pair again? Yeah, I can get you Tony's pair again. We can switch around a bit. Here's Tony right now, I think. Maybe it'll switch. There we go. It's an update on what's going on there. So I want to play with this soundboard here. So I'm going to unmute this thing. And I think I'm going to start with the bright room. That's preset number 1. So let's see what this does. Okay, guys. So I'm in the bright room. What do we think about this? Okay, so that was the bright room. I don't really know what that does or what that means. Did you guys all hear that? Did you guys all just hear that? Doug wants to know what the pattern is they're bowling on. I just had it up on the screen. You can I think this thing has a DVR. You can go back probably about 5 minutes and you'll be able to hear that. Me talk about that. It is 43 feet in length. 31.14 milliliters of oil, 2.14 to 1 ratio. Were you guys all able to hear that effect? Were you guys able to hear that one? Oh, you guys couldn't hear it. It didn't put it out? Oh, Travis heard it. Bad. Yeah, okay. All right. I know none of I don't even know why they would have this feature built in to this soundboard. Like, it makes no sense at all. So okay, so I'm going to try another one, okay? Let's, I mean, this is just terrible. I'm probably going to lose viewership here, but I just really wanted to see what this was all about. So I'm now going to use the concert hall. Are you guys ready for the for the concert hall? All right, here we go. I'm going to give the concert hall a try. Okay, guys, welcome to the concert hall. I just don't understand why this would be a good idea. Yeah, I really don't understand why that would be a good idea at all for me to use this on this soundboard. That just doesn't make any sense. The concert hall, what's the purpose there? Let's try a couple more of these, and I'll get through this segment here. Let's try the chorus, which is a 9er here. Let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you the chorus. Okay, everybody. This is the chorus. You know, I guess this is tolerable, this one here, but I really don't understand what's going on right now. Does it sound like I'm underwater a little bit, or like I'm in a seashell and I'm talking to you through a seashell? I don't know. Let's try to do a call here. Let's see what I can do. This one's almost tolerable. Here's Tony Manna the third, not junior, but the third, up on lane 13. I'm in a seashell right now, trying to bring you bowling action, and through the face for a 3-6-10. And now here's Dave Axon up on lane 14. And that's a strike from the seashell right here. So, yeah, like I said, I don't really understand the purpose in any of this. I don't know. That one's really interesting. Let's see. If I do the concert hall, you got to do your best tune. Well, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I could do that. I'll try that on one of these other ones. Tony Manna here is looking at 234 if he can strike out. Not surprising. Down here, just to give you an update, we had a 219. Andy Mills had 219 as well. RW up there had 219. AM had 219. NH, which is Nick Heilman. Possible 247 and a 222 for GS, the lefty. I'll bring you back down there in a minute. You'll be able to see some more bowling. Tony Manna with the first one and the 10th. What are you guys saying here in the chat? Not horrible, just weird. Good thing YouTube has the mute feature, Mike. Oh, look, it's Nick Krummel. Are you bowling later today, Nick? I thought you were on the roster, right? You bowling tonight? Mike, I love it. I love it. I'm done watching. The sound is horrible. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to try another one of these. I'm going to try it on Tony Manna here, I guess. On his 1-2-7 conversion. Let's see. I'm going to go with Echo, which is 12. Here we go. And here's Manna. And he converts the 1-2-7. Man, I sound drunk on this one. it's like delayed in my ear. Man, this is weird. Well, I don't think I could do this. This is a mess. Interesting. All right, well. So the point in the matter here is I found out this soundboard has these things, and I just don't understand the purpose in ever needing to use those. But when I fired up my equipment, I was on a 3-second delay, and I didn't understand what was going on. So I thought I would play with that during one of the segments today, and today just sounded like about right about halfway through the day that I would fire this thing up and see what the soundboard was able to bring to the table. But it sounds like to me we don't need it. Interesting. Oh, look, Nick Krummel is going to bowl C Squad today. Old classic car radio. Yeah, that's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. So what is, somebody said something earlier, if I use the concert hall, the number, yeah, it's number 6 on my soundboard. Like seriously, who designs this thing and says, "Oh yeah, hey, let's add these effects for people to like"? I couldn't even imagine a person at like a concert using the soundboard and it being positive. And I've lived a life that's full. Okay, that's me, my normal voice. Here I am with the chorus. And I've lived a life that's full. Okay, I can't even do it. I can't even do that. It's so ridiculous. Okay, I'm done with that. Thanks for playing along, everybody. Got one thumbs down now on the broadcast after all that. But hey, what if this thing would have been amazing and it would have like, you know, really made you feel more at ease, you know? At least I tried it, you know? Always trying to improve things. Okay, well, we got one shot left here to finish up game number 1, this B squad. Pretty solid game there, if you don't mind me saying. It was nice commentary from me. Got everything out. You guys all got to find out what was going on here today. And I think I delivered it in quite a way that deserves to be nominated for an award, quite honestly. Okay. Well, here I am, everybody. Hope you're doing well on this Saturday afternoon. Big event coming up here tonight. Nick Krummel's going to take to the lanes. He'll be bowling tonight. So, I see Tom Hess is near the booth. Might be joining us soon. His daughter, Megan's going to be on the live stream pairs. I don't know what she owes. She bowled 180 the first game. Looks like these lanes are ready to go. So, Got the egg machine behind me. We're doing good here. Take you out to lanes 7 and 8. Alex Denton getting things started. You know, I'm seeing a lot of 3-pin combinations for lefties and a lot of 2-pin combination for righties. More than I saw earlier today. Second time this pattern gets laid down, guess what happens? Nick Pate bowling today. No 2-10s for Nick Pate. Nick Krummel bowling later tonight. No 2-10s for you, Nick Krummel. Yeah, so we got Alex Denton and Zach Denton along with Megan Hess and Brendan Ceramic. And then right next door, Austin Aud, Ronnie Fujita, Rodolfo Madriz, and Justin Stewart. And that takes you up to what we got going on here in game number 2. I think since I talked so much during the first game, I think I'll chill out a little bit this game. I think I'll let you guys enjoy the bowling and less of me making a fool out of myself. Unless that's what you want, then I can certainly deliver that for you. Also, if you have any questions at all for me regarding this event or anything else in bowling, feel free to shoot me a note. I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Now that I'm not going to be playing with the soundboard anymore, other than for reasons to make the broadcast better, you can invite people to come join and watch now if you like. Only if you want to. Only if you're bored. Sorry, everybody. We had some internet issues there for a moment. Doing the best we can. We worked on it during in between the two squads. It's always a bit of an issue here with trying to get the internet to work properly. But I have a question from Fred here. Wants to know if Mitch Beasley might be stopping by during the C squad. I didn't see Mitch's name on the list, but a lot of times Mitch just likes to come to events like this and not bowl, and just sit in the booth for just like a few, like 30 seconds at a time. So maybe later on Mitch will stop by and visit us here in Waterloo. I mean, it is sponsored by Ebonite, you know, as a title sponsor now, and he works for Ebonite International, so it'd probably be a good idea for Mitch to come by. Mitch always likes to come by and talk about his Cyborg Pearl that he won his very first PBA title with at the World Series of Bowling in Reno. And I hear also now that I haven't talked to Mitch recently, but he won an eagle this year, singles eagle, using the tactics. And I have a feeling that on his dresser at home, on his nightstand, he's not only got the Cyborg Pearl, but I bet he's got the tactics there now as well. So if he does join us later, we might ask him about his tactics and win in singles at USBC Open Championships this year in Vegas. It's a really good question, Fred. When will Jonathan Shallow be on the live stream pairs? That's a good question. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Shallow. So he was on during the first game. He was already here. I should have known that. You can rewind back, which means they'll make it back around the 6th or 7th game. They come back around. Be down in this range. Everything looking okay out there for everybody? Has everybody got a decent feed? And sound okay? My soundboard's always a little light on the sound. I wish they got rid of these features and just pumped out a little more sound. But I do the best I can with it. Here's the real question. Will Megan Hess beat Tom Hess in this tournament? I would love to see a Tom versus Megan final. I do have a question for all of you in the chat. Type in how many hours of streaming bowling that I've covered you've watched in your lifetime. And just guess how many hours you think you've watched. I want to know if I've got an experienced chat room or if I've got a bunch of newbies in here. So if you think in your mind, guess as best as you can about how many hours of Inside Bowling live streams you've watched and type that number into the chat. I'd appreciate it. I want to get an idea of how the overall experience of our live streams are in the chat room. How many hours do you think you have ever watched on Inside Bowling's live streams? I'm liking the responses so far. I'm liking it. I'm loving these answers. I'm loving it. Oh, I see you, Dana. And Austin, welcome. This is, I appreciate the 5 minutes of fame here that you've given us. I really do appreciate that. Because what's interesting about this question is, you know, obviously you're not here to listen to me talk. I mean, you're here to watch people bowl. I get that. I mean, if I just fired this up and there was no bowling, I might have 5 people listening to me about whatever, right? So that means that the bowling certainly outweighs me sitting here talking. But it's just amazing to me. It's amazing, and just it's a real honor and treat that I've been able to spend that much time with you all. I mean, 40 hours. I see 40 hours and you're 100 plus. It's like we spent an entire work week together. But what's crazy, I know some of you work and listen to this, but for the most part, it's in your free time. This is how you choose to spend your time when you're not working for the man, when you're not selling yourself to make a living, and in your free time, you want to spend time right here with us. And I have to tell you, I do not at any given time ever take that for granted. I mean, I appreciate all of you. I really do. I really, really do. And if it wasn't for you guys, I would not be doing this. I would not. And I know I moan and groan and complain that I don't want to do this every weekend, and there's the demand to do it, and I just pick my spots. But when I do settle in and commit to this, it's an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys in the chat. I love it. Yeah, Jim, those college broadcasts are difficult sometimes to get through because I'm being paid by the NCAA and I can't present the content in the same way that I normally do at like an event like this, So I kind of got to take it easy and just be more of what you would find, if there's a such thing as a professional broadcaster, which I'm certainly not. But yeah, those college events, I mean, I enjoy going to do them. I work with great people there. But not knowing every single player and their nuances and that, yeah, I understand why you don't watch those. But I encourage you to give it a shot, especially the finals. Those are kind of exciting. Justin McAllister's like, hey, I'm at work. I'm at work right now watching. Yeah, Mike, the whole Pate family's awesome. You guys are great. I appreciate all the comments, everybody. I really do. I've considered hanging this up, I really have. I got a lot of other things going on, but I keep doing it. Joe and his family here, they were the first ones to actually hire me to do a live stream outside of what I was doing on my own, just for my own events. This is the first paid gig. And I feel like I kind of owe it to them to keep coming back, If I were to eliminate events, this would be the last one I would eliminate besides my own. Holiday doubles would be first as far as, the first last one to get rid of, I guess. I will probably always continue to do that no matter what. And then these Fusion Realtors and then everything else after that is just, I quit doing the Proprietors Cup. I quit doing the Bradley Open. Not because I didn't appreciate those people, but they just didn't have seniority. Or I had other things going on. We had a split conversion on 4, huh? I should rewind the DVR and take a look. Tom, you want to sit in? Are you good? Come on over. Merry Christmas, tournament's full. Yeah, that holiday double sold out in an hour again. I have no idea what the mic levels are at here, Tom. Joining me now is Tom Hess. This is different.
Yeah.
This is different. Not only are you up here hanging out, calling some action, but your daughter's bowling.
Yeah. Just making bowling fun again, watching the kids bowl. She's actually bowling with a couple of kids that graduated from St. Ambrose. And one of her current teammates. That's slow.
Sue's in the chat, and I was telling her, I was like, how awesome would it be Megan against Tom in the final?
How awesome would that be?
Would you be mad if you lost to your daughter?
Not answering that question.
Oh, you're not going to answer it.
Have you ever seen me lose and be happy? That's all I'm going to say.
No,
okay,
no.
There you go.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that would probably be the one time I would lose and be happy. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we're watching his daughter Megan bowl here.
She's doing it. She's, Mike, she's been working hard. She's getting there. She's got to get over a little bit about the nerves, being 19 and here bowling the boys. That's a good break.
Has she been bowling for a long time?
Not really. Up until she was a freshman in high school, she played a lot of softball, so there wasn't a whole lot of time to bowl. She's got an older brother that I started slow. Sorry about that. She was trying to talk to me. I'm going to.
It sounded like you just said you had an older brother that you started slow.
That I started them both. They both started bowling when they were young, and then it was up to them, when they got to the age to make their choices. Andrew bowled through high school, but he was not really competitive. Bowled with his friends, had fun. Andrew averages 185, 190, which I shouldn't say that's competitive, but I mean he wasn't the competitor, I guess. Didn't matter to him whether he bowled good. He was one of those bowled and had fun. And so when Megan, freshman year, she decided to quit playing softball and said she wanted to bowl. I was on board with that, obviously, but she's been working hard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's bowled 300 games. Give the guys over at St. Ambrose a lot of credit last year as a freshman. I say that the way I say it is she was going to bowl while she was in college. She didn't go to college to bowl, and then she got there and got around some peers that pushed her, and now she's bowling in college. Ooh, all right. So she had a pretty good successful freshman year. She made the ISC finals last year. Only 24 women make that, and she made that. We struggled a little bit there, but it is what it is. They just got done with their tryouts earlier this week, and she did make the team. Excellent. So she didn't bowl as good as she wanted to, but she fought hard and got it done. Their coaches always tell them, that sophomore year they always struggle. They come in as a freshman, they don't know what to expect. Arm swings free, they go bowl, they make the team. Then they come back as a sophomore, and now they're like, oh God, I gotta bowl good, I gotta bowl good, I gotta bowl good. I don't know anybody else who puts pressure on themselves when they're bowling.
No, I don't either.
Especially in our family.
Not in this building or on this stage.
Yeah. So, but it's been fun to watch. It's awesome. I think we talked about this a little bit last year. It's rejuvenated me a little bit, being around the college tournaments and seeing the kids and seeing the enthusiasm and the kids that are bowling for the right reason. So, but yeah. Other than that, how are you doing? Yeah, it seems
good.
Like I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I was kind of talking about that. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm in the middle of like a 14-day bender right now. North Carolina, St. Louis here, St. Louis, then Utah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We had battling views the other day on Facebook, and you won. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm going to concede. For those that don't know.
They scored like 20-something runs yesterday, though, didn't they?
Yeah, my Cubs did. I'm talking battle of the views. My view out of my new house out of the backyard.
Oh,
and
your
view of the mountain over beautiful Brigham, Utah.
Yeah,
Salt Lake City, Ogden. It's he wins. But I see more corn than he does.
That's true.
How's the travels been going? You been having fun, doing lots of good work?
Yeah, it's been good. I was able to spend 42 days in a row at home.
Hey, that's a lot for you.
42 days in a row at home. Yeah, it was during Best Fans in Bowling, though, so I don't know if it counts. But it was good to be home. I got a lot of stuff done.
Kim probably had to leave for at least 13 or 14 of those then to get away from you, right?
She actually likes it, man, when I've been gone for that much in a year, 230-something days. So, yeah, no, it was good. And yeah, it's good. And her parents are actually there now. Just got there today. So when I get
very
home
nice.
Monday, they got a week there, and her grandma's there as well, and hang out, do some things.
Yeah. Well, Mike, we all know you're a hard working. I'm affiliated with you with a couple of things, you know, not really affiliated with Inside other than being a fan and helping you out when I can. And obviously we're with the same company, and I just want to say thank you.
Yeah,
you work
brother.
hard. Appreciate it. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who'd have thought? Yeah, you knew me from the very first IB Open. This guy's running this tournament in St. Louis, says he's going to do these things.
I told him he was nuts.
Yep, Wriggles also, I saw him at a wedding, said I was going to do all these different things. He's like, okay, whatever, dude. I can't say that I've done everything that I said I was going to do, but different things have taken me in different directions. It's been an interesting journey.
It has. It has. I'm happy to be part of it. I always enjoy getting in here with you. You know, if I didn't have Megan bowling, I'd sit in here with you all day like I have the last couple of years. But I'm going to sit in here with you right now while she's bowling right here in front of us, you know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I came out firing on this broadcast, man. I made it through the whole first game. Plenty of stuff to talk about. I was nailing it. My biggest thing about live streaming is I don't know when I get here, when I plug all this stuff in, if it's going to work, because it's been sitting there, you know, like it's been sitting for a while.
Yeah, didn't we have an issue with a cord or something over at Cadillac? What? When I was helping you set up, what?
Yeah, we did have an issue with a cord.
You actually had to have my help electronically, and I was amazed that I was able to look at the buttons and tell you which one lit up and do it right.
Yeah.
That's all I had to do, folks, was look at the buttons and tell him which one lit up, and I was worried about doing it right. I'm technically challenged.
Let's talk about your day real quick before we get too far ahead. You leading after A squad and bowled on one end of the center that you normally don't bowl well and bowled good, and then came through your pairs you love and bowled okay.
Yeah, kind of a flip of what I normally do in this building. Normally I struggle down on the high end. They're just, for whatever reason, they're a little different, and absolutely crush right here in front of you. Maybe it's because I like showing off for you.
Yeah,
I normally
that's
do it right here in front.
Well, you know you're going to be held accountable down here.
Well, everybody thinks I'm a 190 average bowler. That's what I kind of did right here in front of you today.
Yeah, you did.
Luckily, I had crushed. Oh, hook. Oh, good shot.
Not only did it hook, man, it was high flush. It was perfect.
Yeah, I'm at a bad angle. That was probably a really good shot. I probably didn't need to say that. But, no, so, as everybody knows, I'm affiliated with EBI, and we're making some really good products right now. And I'm throwing one of our latest. I threw one of our latest ones, the GB3 Black Blue. All 7 games. Obviously, you don't shoot 190 when you're whacking them and stay, just keep throwing that same ball. But it never really got out of my hand, because every time I tried something that I thought would be right, I ended up going back to the GB3 Black Blue. But that's what I threw all day.
It was a tricky oil pattern today. Like a lot of scores early, and then slowed down, and then just kind of hung out, sat there.
Yeah, and then, 25 and 26 must have been an unbelievable pair. There was a 290 on that pair right before I bowled 270 on it, and then I watched a couple of guys the last game. Kenny Cochran shot 280 on it the last game. Sean Riley shot 260 on it the last game. Both those guys to put themselves solidly into the cut. I know that, was that Chris Wiley? Is that
Yep.
That had the 290?
Yeah, 298.
Was there some other scores on that pair? You did notice that I'm not mentioning what happened, why I shot 270.
Yeah, 279.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either.
What you should have just left the camera there. You didn't think I was going to have the front 9. If you'd have just left the camera there.
Well, it dies if I don't plug it in to charge it. And it had been down there for like 30-something minutes, and I think the battery only lasts like an hour.
Oh, okay.
That's why I moved it.
See, I wouldn't have been thinking anything about it if the camera would have just been there.
Right.
I'd have shot 300. We'd have had people, you know what I mean? And
it was actually funny because I took it away like in your second frame to come down here and charge it. You were kind of like looking at me like, why is the camera leaving? You should leave it down here. And then Jennifer comes up and goes, Tom Hess has the front 9 down here. I'm like, oh, geez. All right.
The reason I ask is because I I didn't even notice that that was mobile, not wired. And
Yeah.
I thought maybe, you know, just to cover more of the building, you had one down there. And I had just sent Sue a text message that said, hey, we're on a live pair if you want to watch. And then you come down and get the camera. And I'm like, what? What's he doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It was actually because I was lazy and didn't grab it earlier.
yeah. And then I loved it that you bring it down to jinx me, and then you ask me to bring it back to you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was a good gesture.
Yes.
That what you bringing that camera back probably has solidified me not saying the running joke for at least 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, so you really saved yourself on that one.
Wow.
Yep. So I will not mention that for 2 years starting today.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yep. Will not talk about it.
Awesome.
Not even if you try to bring it up, I will not comment.
I'm not going to bring what up?
Yep.
Okay.
No comment at all about music or anything.
Yeah, no VH1 specials,
Nope,
nothing?
we're not going to talk about it at all.
Okay.
Nope, not at all. I will bring up music, though, for you here in a minute.
Some music.
Yeah, I do want to talk about. You like concerts, I know you do.
Oh, yeah. Just went to a good one last Friday night.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Oh, get over there. Get lucky.
Crosses
hey,
over.
Hey, we'll take it. Yeah.
Like daughter, like father. Crossing over.
Yeah. She smiled about it. I wouldn't have smiled about it.
No, you'd have had something about how can I throw it that bad? Why am I even bowling this tournament?
Okay, that's enough. You can stop.
You can learn something here,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay, now it's a break. You got to step up here and throw one really
That's
good to
right.
make it a break.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like
Oh,
that.
not bad.
I kind of like that.
Oh,
Now it's a
what's
break.
she using? What is she using? Is that Paradox or something?
Yep, the original Paradox.
Wow, look at that. 221. She's going to lead the pair if she can get the strike here. She is throwing it good.
She is leading the pair if she throws in the gutter here.
Oh, yeah, she's leading regardless. Yeah. Let's get a strike here.
She'll be back to even with a 9 count here.
Wow. This is great. We got decent scores around here. We've got 232 posted, 201 over here on 9 and 10 as well.
That's pretty close. A little quick.
Little light. Yep.
Still a solid game. I better ask. Maybe she doesn't want me to go watch. Maybe she'd rather have me stay away if she's going to bowl 13
So
every
now
game.
it's a skip 2, right? She goes to 13 and 14?
Yep. Oh, another live stream pair.
Yeah. I've been primarily hanging out over here on this double one here. Anyway, yeah, concerts. So what'd you see Friday?
We went to see Red Akins,
Okay.
Russell Dickerson, Dustin Lynch was the reason I really wanted to go. I like Dustin, and Thomas Rhett.
Okay.
But they all put on a very good show. It was pretty awesome. Little date night. Megan was at school. Andrew was out hanging out with friends, and it's just Sue and I, and we decided, let's have a date night.
Oh, nice.
Went to the concert, had a good time.
Now, I understand that, if I remember correctly, you are a Green Day fan, right?
Yes, sir. The
And
Hella Mega Tour.
Did you see this new tour coming
Uh-huh.
out? Yeah, Wrigley Field.
I already sent messages to my friends that are season ticket holders.
Really?
Yeah, because they get the first opportunity to buy the tickets. You want to go?
I
August
think
13th, 2020.
I think we're gonna go to Fenway Park.
You don't want to go to Wrigley and hang out with me?
I think we're gonna go to Fenway. I mean, if you can,
You want to do both?
Maybe. Yeah, because I like all three of those bands, Weezer and Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, actually,
If you're seriously if you can get 2 more, Kim and I would be in.
okay.
Where do you guys sit? Where do you like to go?
Well, I was going to get down close.
Yeah,
I mean, Andrew loves to be in the pit. Would you guys want to be in the pit?
Yeah, we would do that.
All right.
If you can get 2 more, I will PayPal you or whatever we need to do.
Okay.
We're in. We'll go.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, and I'm serious, 100% serious. Like, we're pumped about this thing. We want to go bad.
Yeah, so we went to the baseball game yesterday, and I don't know, you're a big music guy, so you got Spotify. There's a Hella Mega Tour playlist.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, that Andrew and I listened to on the drive over yesterday
That's cool.
morning over to Wrigley to watch the Watched the Cubs put it on the Pirates yesterday.
Yeah, they did. They put it on big time.
Yeah, I was so mad in the first inning. You know me. I'm a diehard Cub fan. Lester gives up 4. I'm like, what the thing? I drove all the way over here to watch this. And then, 20 minutes later, hey, we're up 5-4. I like this.
Yeah, that game took, what, 12 hours to complete?
Yeah. I got to Waterloo last night at 1 a.m.
You guys are banged up right now. Don't you got a bunch of injuries?
Yeah, a bunch. Javi Baez is out. Wilson's still not all the way back. Brian, I mean, at this time of the year, though, Mike, everybody's fighting through injuries.
Oh, yeah.
But I still, obviously, I'm a Cubs fan, so that adds to what I think this shirt is. But there's a T-shirt that they're selling over at Wrigley that Javi Baez is your favorite player's favorite player. Gotta have that. But I didn't buy one. Are we gonna catch the Cardinals?
Man, I don't know. I don't know where the Cardinals came from after the All-Star break. I will tell you there's 2 really good pitchers for the Cardinals, Flaherty and Dakota Hudson. I like both of those guys a lot.
Yeah.
I've always liked Hendricks for you guys.
Yep.
Kyle Hendricks.
Yep. If we got to play, I mean, if we've got to play the wild card game, if we hang on to get there, because I don't know. I mean, we've got 7 games left with the Cardinals, but we're 4 behind them. So with 7 games, if we play even against everybody else, that means we've got to go 6-1 in the 7 games against the Cardinals to catch you guys. And I just don't know if we can do that. After yesterday, I said the Cubs have 16 games left. I think they got to go 13-3 to catch the Cardinals.
Really? Well, you might be right.
And that may not be enough, you know what I mean? The Cardinals still got to play some good ball. If we get, if 3 of our losses are against the Cardinals, if the 3 losses we lose, easy for me to say. If the 3 loses.
Losses?
Loses. Easy for me to, gosh, I'm all nervous.
Heading into game number 3 now.
What did you get us up scores from game 1? What were they compared to on our squad?
Let me head over to Twitter and find out. I did not do a game 1 analysis. Probably should have. Part of my job.
Yeah, it's all right.
But that's
good thing about you, man. You don't even have to perform. You can come in here and be awful. You're getting paid.
I know. That's what's wonderful. It is wonderful. Steve Keeler bowled 258 game 1. Alex Denton bowled 241. Brandon Dodge 32 over.
Another St. Ambrose kid.
Fujita 26 over.
Lindenwood coach.
Joe Stone 223 along with Adcock. Bedard, Manna, Mills. Anyway, had 27 players plus.
27 plus. What did we have?
You guys had 28. You guys had 48 on your squad. This one has 57. But the scores were kind of good early, and I anticipate some falling back here on this one.
Yeah, they like, not only, I just think they got a little tricky.
Yeah, you say that, and I just look to the right of our screen. You see that washout over there on the right side. That's from Tom Adcock, awesome bowler. And then over on the left, you see a washout off screen over there. That was from Casey Murphy, 2-time champion of this event. So it's just interesting when you just said tricky, and I see 2 players that are really good players.
Can't even hit the one in front.
Can't hit the head pin, right?
It's
switching pairs on, first shot on their lane. So
switching pairs, Casey switching ends of building.
Yeah.
So many different styles in the game nowadays. College players, the old veterans. So many different ways of thinking about the game. A lot of the young kids want to throw urethane.
Yep.
I think there was some of that on our squad. There was plenty of hook out there today, even with it being, 43 feet?
Yep,
was
43
the pattern.
feet.
I still thought there was plenty of hook to start. But we'll see what happens. I feel pretty happy with where I am going into tomorrow. So
over here, 7, 8, 9, and 10, Jason Miner, Chadwick Cavins, Corey Cavins, Light Blessing, and then we also got Robert Ciaffa, Kyle Clark and Lane Rixmeyer right
That's Trevor Blessing Light is.
here. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I just have Light Blessing.
Yeah, that's all I got on the sheet.
And I like that name better. What's your name? My name's Light. What's your last name? Blessing. Light Blessing. Okay,
Speed.
I'll take one, please.
What's your last name? Speed. Light Speed.
Yeah.
Well, Mike.
Used to be a NASCAR driver named Lake Speed.
Yep. I enjoy hanging out with you, but Megan's getting a little bit far away for me to see from down here, and
okay.
I want to go support her and help her grow and learn the game. So I'm going to step out for a little bit, but you can count on me to be back for C Squad.
All right, brother.
Give you some.
Yeah, whatever you gotta do. You need to go grab some food
fun
with the fam or something. Just whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully she's going to stick around bowl finals with me tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that.
That'd be awesome.
So.
All right, dude.
But thanks for having me
Appreciate
in again,
it.
bud. I'll chat with you later.
All right.
Enjoy the podcast, bud.
All right, see ya. All right, that's Tom Hess joining me in the booth. Always stops by. Appreciate him coming by for a game. It was cool him calling the coverage with his daughter Megan bowling. He's going down to do dad duty and coaching duty and make sure she keeps bowling good. He probably sponsored in a tournament and wants half her action or something. I've never seen him run that fast before. He's down there helping her bowl. I'm just kidding about that part, of course. Just a really good dad for what he is. A really good person. I'll bring Megan back in onto the screen on lanes 13 and 14 in a little bit. She just got some coverage, though, so we'll hang out down here with these 8 new bowlers, or I guess I should say 7 with the vacant up there. But Megan opened up with a Greek church to start on the new pair, 13 and 14. I'll keep you posted on that. So check in on the chat, see how everybody's doing. Got Brewers fans in the chat, Twins fans, White Sox, Braves. Cubs are up 7-1. What if former Junior Team USA Justin Stewart have the first 2 games? Well, let me wait until they tweet out scores after game 2, and then I'll be able to tell you that. How about that? We'll wait on that one. Glad you're with us here today at the 2019 Ebonite Fall Classic. My name is Mike Flanagan, and if you don't know me by now, it means you're brand new to the channel. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so right here on YouTube. We certainly would appreciate any sort of follows that we can get today. Also, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Inside Bowling is where you can find us. Find out about all the upcoming live streams and things we have going on. Also got a coupon code over on our website right now. It's live is the coupon code. Saves you 20%. We got a bunch of cool bowling shirts and some Pro Shop items in there. Make sure you take advantage this weekend. Help support the stream. That's how you can do it. Certainly do appreciate that. I always like to go see how many new subscribers we pick up during our streams. This channel is pretty much dormant unless I come and do something like this. I don't do too many other videos, and we normally pick up like 100 subscribers a month. But then when we go and stream, we end up getting more. So looks like today we've picked up about 60 new subscribers today. So thank you to the new subscribers. Take you over to 13 and 14 for a couple frames, and then we'll go back to 7 through 10. Got a couple bowlers really struggling here on lane 7 through 10, but it's always a test of your ability. Guys trying to get better. You can't get better unless you come out and you compete on some more challenging patterns. I've got one for everybody in the chat to get you thinking a little bit. Imagine if bowling balls had feelings, right? But they could feel no pain, right? Obviously, they would not want to be able to feel any pain because of what their job is to do. But do you think a bowling ball would get excited when, like, after it gets made and they're like, all right, this skid's going on the PBA tour truck, and they're like, yes, we might get to be on TV, right? Another one, all right, well, you're going to a pro shop, and they're like, oh, hopefully I get, like, you know, the best house bowler there is to drill me up. And then the optimistic bowling ball looks at the pessimistic bowling ball and says, you know, the pros do come through town sometimes, and they do take stock from pro shops. And there's a regional in that bowling center, so you might be in luck. Or if they prefer to not be with a pro because the pro throws it so hard and puts so many revs on the bowling ball, they'd rather be in, like, the hands of a senior bowler, somebody with a little less ball speed, a little less rev rate, and they're just happy to not have to be worked so hard and just take it easy, 3 games a week. You know, and the longevity of it too. You know, 3 games a week for a senior bowler might be used for 10, 15 years. A pro bowler, you know, one bad block where you don't match up to the pattern and you could be, you know, given away to a fan or something, you know? Like, what if bowling balls had feelings? Think about it, everybody. How would that be? What type of bowling ball would you want to be? Like, where would you want to end up as a bowling ball if you had your druthers? Win some major championship for a record and be featured in the Hall of Fame for the rest of your life and dusted every day? That'd probably be the pinnacle, right? Let me know what you think. Wes says, what about the ones that sit in people's garages for years? Yeah, I mean, you want to be in air conditioning, right? I'd think a bowling ball with feelings would prefer a bowler with a small thumb. Probably rather have a two-hander, right? Less holes drilled in the ball. Wow, that's an interesting thought. What weight would you want to be? Would you want to be a 6-pounder? Wow, that's interesting. I think everything's good to go now, everybody. Well, just as I say that. Okay. Megan Hess, not a very good game, 143. See Andy Stone off to the left. We've got Zach Denton with a pretty decent game here. Still bowl 215. So we head into game number 4. Bounce out of here, head over to 7 and 8, 9 and 10, where we have Billy Hibbard. Dakota Solanka, Brandon Dodge, Matt Hibbard. And then next door we got Jason Betcher, John Gould, and Joe Stone here in game number 4. Just to give you a little rundown here, just a little reset. It's the Ebonite Fall Classic, formerly known as the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. Fusion Realtors and Community First National Bank have had some things change in this area in which they could no longer sponsor the event. Want to thank them for their sponsorship. Ebonite stepped up and said, hey, we want it. So the Fall Classic and the Spring Tournament, both sponsored by Ebonite now moving forward. Always been the ball sponsor of the GIBA. Today we had a squad this morning at 8:30 a.m. Tom Hess led that. You can see the standings over on our Twitter page, Inside Bowling on Twitter. We started this squad at about 2 o'clock. It was supposed to start at 1:45. Had a couple bowlers running late. They held the squad for them. Scoring pace is a little bit higher than normal, so they got done a little earlier. So earlier, I guess that makes sense. So anyway, this squad will probably get over about 6. It's 3:44 now. They're in game 4, about an hour and 45 minutes from now, maybe 5:45-ish. There'll be about an hour and 15-minute break. We'll be back to stream 7 games here tonight at 7 o'clock, featuring the great Nick Krummel. Then tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we'll be back for the Cashers round, 6 games, and then we'll be here around noon where we'll take you home on an adventure of 10 versus 7 and 8 versus 9. Then 5 and 6 will come in and bowl the winners of each of those matches. Then they'll bowl each other, whoever wins all that, and then it'll be determined who's the 5 seed, and then we'll have a traditional stepladder with the top 4 qualifiers with the bowler coming out of the bracket. They are skipping lanes here through the skip procedures 1, 2, and 3. Skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and they do that twice. It's a $160 entry fee here, $3,000 for first. Sponsors the event along with Ebonite, which next time you consider your bowling ball, make sure you consider an Ebonite bowling ball for your next purchase. Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, logo Infusion, you save 20% with coupon code GIBA19. USA Mortgage, Kingpin Grill, Budweiser and Bud Light, the family of beers, and Hampton Inn. Oil patterns 43 feet in length, 31.14 milliliters of oil, and 2.41 to ratio. I'm Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling. If you haven't followed us on subscribe to our channel here on YouTube or followed us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we would appreciate it. We also have a merch shop, and we're running a 20% off coupon code this weekend. The coupon code is LIVE, L-I-V-E. We've got over 200 styles of T-shirts, bowling T-shirts. When you're out hanging out, you love bowling, wear some bowling T-shirts. They're 60% cotton, 40% polyester, and they do fit a little on the slimming side, a little bit, and they're very soft. I wear them all the time, and we've sold over 5,000 shirts. So hop on board this train. We'd love it, and it does help support what we're doing here. We'll get some standings tweeted out here shortly. Jennifer's on break right now. The great Nick Krummel's in the house. He's here. All right, Jennifer had to leave to go to a wedding. Joe's updating the scores. We forgot to put a period in front of the at Ebonite Bowling, so that's why we didn't have the scores out. But I do have scores after 2. Steve Taylor's your leader at plus 85. Jason Bescher is second at plus 82. He's actually right in front of us. Third, Stephen Keeler at plus 75. Fourth, Brandon Dodge at 54. Fifth is Nick Hellman at plus 46. And currently right now there are 24 players plus on this squad. And you should be able to go see those here in just a moment. Joe was tweeting it out. Well, Joe just tweeted out at Ebonite Bowling Fall Classic A Squad standings after 7. Watch live. Yeah, it's actually B Squad after 2. He's working on it. So anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Fred Mcgee has a serious question for Nick. Which Nick? Pate, Krummel? Switch back over here. We're going to go to 13 and 14. Pretty stellar pair here. Casey Murphy, who's won the event twice. Steve Keeler, Dave Dentlinger, and Jacob Bedard. All bowling on this pair. All right, now we're rolling. All right, Joe got the standings updated. Steve Keeler, also a champion of this event. I'm actually going to go down and talk to Steve for a minute. I'll be back. All right, Fred, you're in for a real treat, buddy. You said you had a serious question for Nick Krummel. Can you ask him about how much did it cost him to bowl the tour this year? I'm working on getting a sponsor and would like to have an amount of that includes regionals also. So instead of going down and asking him, he was nice enough to say, I'll answer the question here in the booth. So joining me now is Nick Krummel.
How's it going?
It's going well. So what would you say to Fred here to answer his question?
I would say you probably want to start out about $10,000 so you're not too worried about having money at the beginning of the year, and then see how it goes from there. But I wouldn't start with much less than that unless somebody's just paying the bills for you.
10 grand.
Yep.
10 grand is what you need. And then, of course, Dakota's on the concourse typing into the chat.
Yeah,
oh, my God, is that Nick Krummel?
Dakota's had a few alcoholic beverages so far.
Okay, all right. So why are you bowling C Squad?
So I could sleep in and drive after I slept. I usually bowl C Squad here.
Do you?
Yep. One of the few.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but
I'm not very rememberable.
so no, that's true. So where are you living right now?
Downers Grove.
Where's that?
It's by Chicago.
Okay.
Naperville, closest to Naperville.
Okay.
I would say out of all the cities you'd actually know.
So how long is this drive?
It was just, well, map said it was 4 hours, but it was a little under 4 hours.
Okay. It's about 5 for me when I drive up from St. Louis. I'm sure you wanted to know that.
I did. I was really interested with that.
I thought so. What did you you were listening to the broadcast earlier? Any pointers for me?
Don't do that soundboard thing again.
No?
No, as my ears are still bleeding.
So since you're here, like, why would they even have this section right here?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? Like, it is kind of silly, isn't it?
Yes it is.
But you would think that, like, this stuff right here would be beneficial. Like, you turn off the mute, right? And you go over here and, I think the concert hall was number 6.
Yeah, that one was really bad.
Okay, and then you just do this. Now we're in the concert hall. So it's like, I just don't understand why they would even be on the board.
No idea, because that was terrible.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a manual that you can read for it.
Maybe. I could look that up, I mean, there's got to be something cool about it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on the board.
Yeah, I just don't know why it would sound anything like that.
Is that what they call auto-tune? Like when people sing or something, they turn those on?
Yeah, they all sounded pretty similar to me when I was listening to it, but at one point I was like, this is getting muted.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's cool is, see what I did. A lot of times people just want to mute me in general.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get that vibe from you.
So what I did instead was I thought, man, I'm going to make this as bad as I possibly can.
Whoa.
So it makes just me talking sound great.
A+ effort for that.
Yeah, I know.
A+.
I know. It's a little psychology there. Let's see if old Fred here has some more questions. Okay. All right. That's what I was thinking. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't too much to ask for. Thank you very much, Nick, and bowl well.
Well, thank you very much. Then there's Brian Thompson and Dakota Vostri
Oh, yeah.
over there giggling like a bunch of schoolgirls.
Yeah, Brian Thompson figured out how to find a heart emoji on YouTube.
Couldn't figure out how to find the pocket today.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't find out how to hit the pocket, could he?
Nope, but, still love that guy anyway.
Well, that's good. Good for you. Dave Dentlinger here's got some strikes going. Casey Murphy, 2-time champion out there, just kind of grinding away. What did you think of the oil pattern watching people bowl?
There's definitely looks like there's more hold than there is hook. A lot of 2-pin combinations, but I haven't really been able to watch too much. I walked in the door and then you pretty much asked me. Well, I got a drink, and then you pretty much asked me.
Yeah, I asked you to come over. Well, Fred Mcgee, right on cue here, said, I got a serious question for Nick. I asked which Nick, Pate or Krummel. He said, Krummel. I'm like, let's go grab you because you were sitting over there.
Pate's actually got a pretty good look throwing urethane right now.
Oh, really?
Yep. I just watched him throw a couple shots. He didn't strike when I watched, but he's been striking when I haven't been watching.
So you bowled quite a bit on tour this year, right?
Yeah, most of them. most of the events.
And how would you rate your success?
Not as well as I would have liked to. Had some good tournaments, some definitely not so good tournaments, but you got to learn a lot out there. Whatever you're bowling on out there versus any other tournament, it's nothing like what you can imagine. A lot of people say a lot of the scores are really high sometimes, but that's because they're just the best in the world and match up very well to that, and they're able to adjust their games to what they need to do. And most people, when they first go out there, they have to really, I don't really want to say donate, but have to get the experience before they start, making the money.
Who do you run around with out on tour? Who are the guys you hang out with?
Matt Kuba and Michael Davidson this year were my two roommates, and we pretty much stayed together the whole time. Dakota was going to, but then he found out, he didn't want to do it and got an actual job and would rather do that.
And you spend a little bit of time with Brad and Kyle, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've known both of them for a long time. They pretty much stay with each other most of the time. So, but guys like Matt Kuba who are from my area, we can, travel to all the tournaments together, and it'd be a little bit easier on the logistical side.
Now, I heard a rumor that there was a possibility that in the future you guys might be spending a little more time with Brad and Kyle. Is there truth to that?
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay.
I mean, nothing's in the plans, at least from my end, for that.
Okay.
I was with Kyle last weekend bowling the team tournament in St. Louis, but
yeah, that was an interesting one.
that was something. That was something. They hooked a little bit.
Yep.
Especially when the ball landed.
Yep. It
was a good time.
You guys only led by about 600 pins, right?
Yeah, we didn't win. So.
Yeah. No, I saw that. I fast forwarded. And like hour 13.
Yeah, it was a lot of bowling. It wasn't even that many shots that you're throwing. It just took so long to accomplish all the games that we were supposed to accomplish.
That was a mental grind in St. Louis last weekend.
Yeah, and I would say once you get to that, like hour 14 or 15, it is a bit of a physical grind too.
Sure.
But there was some tricks to get the ball to not hook that I haven't brought out in a long time. So, it was fun. It was fun, but getting home at 3:30 a.m. probably wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, everybody. Kyle told me everybody on the team drove home, and everybody's getting home in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and the tournament director was, asking me, to come to more tournaments, and I would love to do it. I just don't want to get home at 3:30 in the morning.
Right.
But other than that, tournament was ran really well. Just the format was just a little bit extensive.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yep. I ran into that problem the first couple times I ran IB Opens. I had a lot of games, too many games, and it was just too much. You want to make a lot of games, but then you think about it, and it's like you almost want your bowlers to have a great experience. You certainly don't want to do, okay, well, come on in, pay $400. We're going to have 2 games of qualifying. We're going to cut to the cashier's round. Like that doesn't work either.
Yeah, no, I just didn't. I didn't think it was fair for the team that was finishing last to have to bowl for more than 12 hours. That was the only problem I had with that part. If you're making money, it definitely, makes it a lot easier to bowl for longer. But when when you're that far out of it and you know it, you're mentally just not in it anymore.
So what made you decide to come to this? There were a couple of regionals and stuff too. Wasn't there other options?
Joe always puts on a great tournament, and there's only 2 of these a year, and really just would like to experience these more. Know a lot of people here and hanging out, so can't get that every weekend. Can always bowl regional.
Cool. Now, who do you stay with here?
Kyle Krummel, Josh Powell, Brian Thompson. We got a couple rooms, so that was the other reason it was much cheaper to come to this one. The regional, I would have had to stay 2 nights instead of 1 night.
Josh Powell this morning bowled 300.
Yeah, I was giving him a a little crap that he didn't finish the greatest, but he did have 300.
So does he get like the king size bed or the best bed in the place since he shot 300? Or
I believe Dakota beat him, so even that Dakota's got a better total score, so maybe he does. But hopefully I overtake that later, but we'll see.
yeah, I've been touting the 7 o'clock squad tonight. That Nick Krummel, the great Nick Krummel, is going to be on that squad tonight to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then everybody's gonna be disappointed when they watch me bowl.
What bowling balls do you think you will use today?
Oh, I really didn't look too much in the beginning, but I would say, based on what Chris Wiley told me he threw, I'd probably throw either like a red Paradox or Triton Elite for at least the first part, and then see how they transition.
Steve Keeler's throwing a red Paradox right now.
Let's see how that one goes. 10 pin.
It's going to bowl 235.
Definitely a pretty good reaction, I would say.
What's the plans coming up after this thing? What do you got coming up?
A break. That's my
break.
plan. Coaching at Whitewater again.
Oh, are you? Okay.
We got a little kind of retreat thing that we're going to next weekend, so I'm going with.
And that's with Sean Walkner, right?
That is with Sean Walker. I'm surprised he's not listening right now. I'm getting a good laugh out of this.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll probably get a text message.
Probably.
Be like,
yeah.
wow, you stink at talking.
Right. Well, you can't be any worse than me.
Well, that's why we're together. We're just so much worse.
It's all right. It's double poop emojis.
Mike Pate saying, oh my God.
Yeah, it's Nick Krummel. We did have some stream issues here and there, yes. Let's see. How did B-Fud bowl? Maybe. I don't know what that's about.
Well, B-Fud is Brian Thompson.
We got Nick Krummel and Nick Pate hanging out around here. I think you're going to be on the live stream pair. Yeah, lanes 9 and 10. Yeah, the great Nick Pate is going to be on.
If you want to know how to not throw urethane, we'll watch Nick Pate.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
There it is, right there. Pitch black. It's the ball of the day.
Pitch black. What's Nick bowled today so far, I wonder? Nick, take us through your day. What have you bowled so far, your games? 208. 181. 203. 223. So you're what, like 10 over? 15 over. Oh, it does say it. Okay. I didn't notice that. So he's bowled 8-15 for the first 4 games. And we'll go into game 5 here, and we're going to critique Nick Pate's game. I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera over. Here he is. He'll be up on the right-hand lane. You will see the 2 initials up in the upper right. There's an N and a P. Those initials stand for Nick Pate. Nick Pate is up on lane number 10. He's throwing a urethane ball. He's already rubbed it down twice with his chamois pad, and now he's hitting it for a third time. And it can be argued that those chamois pads actually are Scotch-Brite pads and illegal to use during competition, but that was a rumor years ago, and they're cleared for competition now. Nick trying to gain every advantage that he can to make up for his lack of rev rate.
There's a lot of pressure on that shot. He didn't want that to happen.
No, he didn't. And I'm Mike Flanagan. I'm joined by Nick Krummel here in the booth, and we're really going to break down Nick Pate's game here for this game number 5 of 7 of B Squad qualifying. Nick Krummel is going to be learning and taking notes. He's got a 75-page Mead notebook here to learn how to attack the lanes, as Nick Pate uses one urethane ball as a strike ball and another urethane pearlized ball as a spare ball.
must just have a little bit different feel in that fever pitch that he knows he can make the spare.
Yep. And hard and straight, as a Team USA member would do. Textbook.
I think it matches his shirt. That's why he was throwing it.
It does. And kind of his hair. Looks like his hair has kind of gotten a little on the fire golden side. A little bit.
A little bit.
You know, here's a guy that'll put on a spare clinic, teach you how to make spares. That's Dave Barris. Look at this. Yep, just gets 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Just catted him.
It's not bad. Also here today, hope you're enjoying this commentary. Brian Halen over on lanes 7 and 8. Halen goes to McKendree. I'm assuming that he still does.
I believe so.
Brent Boho, Billy Goodman, Brian Halen over there. And then we got Dave Barris, Dave Lubinsky, Dave Kuchera, and the Nick Pate right here in front of us.
Nick Pate's just loving this right now.
Yeah, I think he needs, you know, he used the chamois 3 times to get the oil off of that ball.
4 times it's going to strike.
It will.
He's going to get the 4 out.
He won't go light. Correct. Yeah. Lubinsky with a strike says, I don't care about all these superstars. I've got an eagle of my own, and I'm just going to bowl a big game here.
I was going to say, Dave's got some credentials there on his own.
He does. He does. Halen over there picks it up.
Nice split conversion.
It sure was. Sure was. Dave Kuchera just out here saying, I got something for the boys. All right, so here's our second look at Team USA superstar bowls on the Professional Bowlers Tour. Nick Pate using a urethane bowling ball. 4th time with the chamois might do the trick.
Looks pretty good.
And it does. It does. He said, I'm going to move a little more towards the track area. I'm going to feed the dog to the track and let it eat.
It ate.
And it did. It did eat. It ate well. Not like Nick these days because he's lost so much weight.
Yeah, he's looking slim.
It was also rumored that he was going to put himself in the Mr. Olympiad contest later this coming up in 2020.
I think he's got a little ways to go before that.
He's close.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Dave Barris says, you know what you have to do when you open, when you miss a makeable spare? You know what the rule is?
Usually, after I miss makeable spare, it's a split after that.
Well,
Dave didn't do that.
You got to throw a double. If you miss a makeable spare, you have to throw a double sometime to make up for it. So Dave is halfway home to making up for his.
Usually I'll split and then I'll have to throw a 4-bagger.
Yeah, then you need a 4-bagger, right?
But that's why Dave is Dave, and
Right.
I'm me.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Apparently, I'm Dave's idol, which I don't know why. He's throwing the hero, but I'm the idol. I don't know.
Oh,
There's bowling balls everywhere.
Right, throws a wrench in everything.
Yeah, can't throw either one of them.
Yeah, I guess you'll have to drop the hammer later or something.
Wow, that was about as punny of a joke as you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah, Lubinsky's just like, hey, guys. Hey, those of you that are watching the live stream right now, if you want to learn how to bowl, just watch me for, handful of frames. That's all you're going to need. When I watch Dave Lubinsky bowl, I typically think to myself, it's time to get out of the booth and go shoe up myself and start practicing because that's somebody you really want to throw the ball like.
Yeah, I agree. He's always had that solid game.
This is funny. The chat's really enjoying our commentary. We are picking up viewers. We did get one more thumbs down though. But here's Hollywood Nick Pate. He might have actually heard me in the backswing on that one. I might have got him. Oh, thank goodness he got the 4-pin to fall forward.
Hollywood roll right there.
I'm pretty certain that he hit it with the chamois 6 times on the right lane.
He needed to. He fed that one a little bit right.
He did. He did. Because I don't understand the deal. I don't know if it's our angle, but it looked like on lane 9 he played like around like 9, and then on lane 10 twice he's come in light playing like 6. Oh, Dave Barris trying to make up for that open in the first frame, trying to get his double, and
sometimes it's just cruel.
Yep. Here's Halen over here on 8. Now, this guy's got some rev rate.
He definitely knows how to bowl. He doesn't just hook it. He can play him straight. He can, close his angles down. He's a heck of a player.
Now, not everybody knows this, but if you looked at his jersey, he's off camera now, but next time he comes on, he also doubles as a school patrol guard in the afternoons through the week whenever he's not bowling, and he just uses the exact same jersey.
Looks pretty close.
Now, Dave Barris missing this 9-pin is 1,000 to 1. It's just not going to happen. Dave Barris has only opened twice in the same game at Makeables 3 times in his life, and they were all before he turned the age of 6.
I was going to say, was I alive during those?
Brent Boho, he's another guy. He's another two-hander over there. He's a good bowler, too. This is nice having you here, Nick. I'll let you hang out through the end of this Nick Pate game, and then I'll let you get out of here.
Oh, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, this is kind of nice. You get to sit down and watch it anyway here, as opposed to having to stand and watch him bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting the whole way here, so could afford to stand a little bit.
That's true. That's fine, yeah. Nick Pate's going to join us later to commentate when Krummel's bowling.
Nick Pate's not allowed. He's not allowed in here. You want more thumbs downs? He'll come in here.
He will. Anybody in the chat have any questions for any of us? Let's see.
What did I start? I'm not sure what I started.
I don't know what he really started either. We're just getting through game 5 is what Nick and I are trying to do. He's trying to help me get through this stream right now. This is a little past the halfway point of the day for me. I am happy I do have some viewers here watching today, though. It's always nice to have an audience. Otherwise, it really wouldn't make it worth doing it. And then there's Lubinsky out there teaching people how to make the baby split.
That one, you can make the 3-6-10 a lot, but as soon as that pin's missing there, it's something in your head.
Oh, it definitely does play mind games on you. And as we say baby split, we see the left-hander's baby split left by a right-hander over on lane 11. That'll be interesting to see how that goes about getting picked up. But Dave Barris now is searching for – he's going to have to try to get a double, and then leaving 10 pins is going to make it more difficult to try to knock them all down and get 2 in a row.
It's another good shot.
So here's Nick Pate again. Now, we haven't talked about Nick Pate too much in the last 10 minutes, but I really want to really draw some attention to Nick Pate here. He's on lane number 9. If you haven't been watching, he's spraying the ball way to the right on lane 10, and on lane 9 he's feeding it to the track and letting the dog eat. So
I think this one's going to be a pretty good shot right up the lane.
Oh, that one got right. That one got right and leaves that 7-pin. He's getting it too far out to the right and doesn't have enough hand. Shannon O'Keefe uses a glove. She's able to dial that thing up to get a little more rev rate, has a little bit higher rev rate than Nick Pate. And,
whoa.
And
I'm not so sure about that one.
And that glove, putting that glove on, he could probably go get one of those.
He probably could, but I think his rev rate would go down. Let's not be too mean, because he's going to come in here later when I'm bowling.
You're having second thoughts now.
And you guys are just like going to say all these things about me. And
no. I'm going to have your back.
Oh,
I owe you from about 5 years ago. I owe you a good night of commentary. And there he is, Team USA star. There was Evel Knievel. There was Captain Dave Osborne, Captain America. I was Super Dave Osborne, actually. And then there's American hero Nick Pate.
Is that what we're going with as his nickname, American hero?
For right now. We could go with GI Nick. But once again, the real person to watch here is Dave Lubinsky. Another strike from Lubinsky.
Showing him how it's done on this pair.
He is. And I think he's aggravated. With the other folks on his pair, because Dave Barris usually, making spares, filling frames, always puts you in a better calming mood when you're crossing in a tournament like this, and missing that spare I think's really got him upset and angry. And then anytime you got somebody throwing urethane, pushing all that oil to your break point, like GI Nick Pate, whatever we want to call him. I did screw that up. But anyway, let's see if Nick can get the ball back on track. You know, we need him to actually miss like 2 left, because then it's going to be 10 back.
If he misses, you know, one right in the front, it's going to be 10 back.
Why is he going so wide with this? What's the deal? His strike was like right up the track in the middle of the lane.
You know, sometimes you just get out of your comfort zone, but he'll figure it out. That's why he's been on Team USA twice and this year.
Yep. And do you think maybe because he's the professional that he is, that he just believes that, you know, hooking the ball is a good thing and watching it cover boards is the way to go?
You know, I think sometimes you get in that mindset where I can make this ball hook, and you just won't give up on it for a few shots. And sometimes you really just need to find out what doesn't work to make sure what actually works.
Oh, wrapped right around the 10, and the ball return got a swift kick there, just a little. It was Nick here has bowled a much better game than he's got up on the board here. You know, that 7-pin and that 4-pin.
I think that one right there was probably his worst shot of the game, and still probably didn't need to split.
And he deserved to pick it too, the way that he went about it.
He threw a great shot.
They teach that at the camps, how to throw at the 210, and he did exactly what he was taught. But
exactly.
But once again, if you guys really want to see the man here, Dave Lubinsky is just he doesn't care about all the fame and everything. He's just going to go up there and just throw another one in the pocket, or leave a baby split and pick it again.
Just how you get an eagle.
That's right. And I talk about these guys in such a way that we're talking about them right now because they are great guys with great senses of humor, and that's why we're doing that today. Well, that one's going to have to hook.
He got the nice slap of the 10 out though. So get the spare out of
he
here.
He did. If we brought him up here and said, Dave, what'd you think of that shot right there? He's probably not going to be very complimentary about himself.
Probably not.
Probably going to say, you know, I missed right, and I might have thrown that one a little too hard. Mix those two things together, and you're not going to knock them all down.
It really looks like if your angle's open today, you have to let the ball do its work. If you don't let it, it's just never going to come back.
Yeah, and that one there, that's a mental error.
Yeah, I think it's just there's a spot there that looks like the ball will just wiggle, where normally on a 43-foot pattern that would actually come back and make that spare easy.
In that particular case right there, you know, that's where Dave could learn from Nick Pate going hard and straight at those spares.
He could.
Because he did choose to hook at it a little bit.
Usually when I'm thinking, you know, anywhere in the medium foot range on a pattern, that, you know, a 2-4 or a 2-pin or an 8-pin, those are all ones that you want to hook at, just because of your comfortability with your release to be able to get it over there.
Dave Barris just cannot get a 10-pin out here on the right lane. I'm starting to actually kind of feel sorry for him. Thinking about starting to GoFundMe for him.
As soon as you
now
do
that's
that,
a better one. That one was in the track, and there's a strike. See, Nick, you just parallel everything left, and the guy can double.
I don't even think he paralleled. I think he just moved his target in and actually made it straight up the lane.
Yeah,
because that one didn't get right at 9. His angle was definitely not as steep in the front, and when you're throwing urethane, you can't afford to get your angles steeper than they need to be.
I'm really impressed with the deep inside angle over here on a Halen and Boho over on 7 and 8 as well.
Yeah, it looks like every time I look over, Halen's got a good shot. He's had a couple bad shots this game, but still, I mean, good to end this game with 9 strikes and just not have a whole lot to show for it.
No.
There's a little bit of carry there.
There's that two-handed carry is, I believe, what they call that.
I've been known to have a couple of those.
Yeah.
But you know, you're not going to hit the pocket every time. You take those breaks because the next shot could be a 10-pin on a fantastic shot.
Oh, and look at that! Look at right here. We got Dave Kuchera just coming in. Says, "Hey guys, let me show you how you do this. Here's a triple. I'm clean through 6. commentators up in the booth are giving all the love to the other 3 guys, but I'm just going to come in here, steamroll them, bowl the biggest game I possibly can, and get out of here without anybody commenting about me too much and everything. And I respect that.
It's a good way to go about everything.
It really is. Just fly under the radar. Next thing you know, we're presenting them a check tomorrow afternoon. Lebinski leaving his second baby split of the game.
That's an overcompensation, I would say, just from the 210 to 310.
Very easily to do that, yep.
A lot of times if you 210, you leave the 310, or vice versa. You'll 310 and then 210. Just make an adjustment off it and make sure you don't do the whichever one prior.
I think the thing that I've learned sitting here, soaking up all the knowledge you've been spitting out here since we started sitting in the booth together, is the fact that this oil pattern is what you would call tricky.
It is tricky. I don't think it's per se hard. I think it's fair, but it is not something you're just gonna blindfold yourself and be able to have a good look. You have to have a nice plan of attack and make some tweaks to your release or speed or whatever that may be.
If I don't know how our listeners or yourself you believe in a higher power or not, but if Jesus Christ were to come down here right now and say to me, Mike, to stay alive, you need one person to pick the baby split in the entire universe right now today.
Dave Lebinski?
I'd pick Dave Lebinski. Yeah, he's 2 for 2 right here on the featured pairs. A lot of pressure right here, especially with you on the call. They didn't know that was going to happen.
The ultimate cat right here.
All right, so here is Hollywood, GI Nick, or Captain America here, whatever we want to call him. Real American hero, Nick Pate. Now, that one wasn't as wide, so it'll strike.
Yep. That was a pretty good shot. A little bit wider than lane 9, but still much better.
Gives us a wave up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's a little sarcastic.
I wonder if he's going to go over and apologize to the ball return for the slight kick.
I think he should go over there and give it a little kiss.
I think he should, too. You know, Brad Miller's been hanging out with the lane machine, giving the lane machine love recently. I was thinking maybe Nick should give the ball return a little bit of love.
Sometimes, the lane machine, the ball return, maybe even the lane guy, you got to, have a good one, Dave Barris, I wouldn't bet on me throwing a double.
Here's the thing, right? Okay, this is, if there were odds in bowling, I'd love to be the odds maker, because here's what happened, right? Barris goes up and misses that bucket minus the 8-pin, right? And that's so unorthodox and out of character for Dave Barris. Wow, we got a 4-5 on 10 here. We're just going to let that be and sit there. Now, he has gone up and hit the pocket every frame since, thinking, I'm going to get a double to make up for that. I'm going to get a double, and he has not. And he's only struck 1 out of 6 shots. So this would be the odds I would make if I was in a book right now, booking for this tournament. He has a possible 5 strikes left in this game, right? Okay. I would set the over-under on the amount of strikes for Dave Barris between now and the end of the game at 2.5. And everybody, the public, would load up on the under. They would just load up on it, right? Because based off of what he's been doing in this game and how bad this pair's been for him. But I'm going to tell you something, the house always wins. Dave Barris is going to throw at least 3 strikes between now and the end of this game.
I think so.
Because he's a veteran. He's been here before. He's laced him up thousands of times in the same situation where he's having carry problems.
It's a little bit, and go the Brooklyn.
That is Brooklyn.
You need one of those to come out.
And that's what makes this oil pattern so tricky. We were giving him a hard time about spraying it wide, and then he gets one just a little bit in, and he pays the ultimate price.
Yeah, I think he hit a lot of where the reactive balls were, and it just never wanted to feed right because urethane's going to read so early, and it's just going to be Brooklyn right away. So
here's the David Barris right here. And there's the first one. I mean, it's just like clockwork, this guy.
Man, I mean, if I were to try to be coaching Dave right now, I would have said he probably needed a ball change just because of the angle of attack that ball's doing. But he made some little tweak that only Dave's going to do, and it worked out. And once that one falls, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets the next 3 and then try something on the
correct
field.
And that's what he will do because he's Dave Barris. And he does do little funny things with his hand, and he'll make little adjustments or half-board moves, or he's that precise.
Some angle or some, just grip pressure of some sort just to change something up, and obviously that worked
Now I consider that a bad break for Lipinski there. That one he was supposed to get that hit.
Yeah, you got to get some of those hits.
Yeah, that one was a good one. Lipinski's bowled a nice game, picking those 2 baby splits.
You don't win a lot of tournaments without getting some of those hits.
Yep. If these guys on this pair were bowling jackpots this game, this would be a pretty interesting game for jackpots. You know, Barris would be sitting there thinking, I ain't out of this yet.
No, nobody is out of this if you're going high game on pair.
No, this was jackpots. If you're just joining us, I'm Mike Flanagan. We're in Game 5 of the 2019 Ebonite Fall Classic. Nick Krummel's joining me in the booth ever so graciously because Fred Mcgee had a question in the chat. And then Nick Pate was coming over to this pair, so we decided to play with Nick a little bit, have a little fun with Nick out there on the lanes and his pair mates that we know pretty well and like to joke around with a little bit. Hopefully you're enjoying this extremely sarcastic commentary. Nick and I have never called bowling together, but we've just fallen into this little thing here.
Sarcastic is my specialty.
Yeah, and I like to cater to whoever sits in the booth, and I just kind of felt that coming, and that's what we're doing. Okay. Oh man, Dave's gonna have to make us work for these 3 strikes now. He's gonna have to have the double in the 10th.
Not liking that ball choice, at least for this pair. Obviously, he's had a good game going, or a good day going. This game, it just does not like that ball reaction.
And here's Nick Pate. What's he gonna do?
That one was straight up. Now he's showing us why he didn't want to go straight up the lane.
Yeah, he is. Is he throwing it into the lane more now and softer with it, or is it an optical illusion on my part?
It's probably just because it's hooking so early. Don't know what the ball would do if he got it over the front a little bit more, but it's a mystery. He said it is his best look of the day, though, so we're going to trust him and have him make the small tweaks and while we're sitting here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's got his hand half in his pocket, and he's got his eyes on a bowling bag further down in the bowling center that he left several pairs away, and he's walking to it slowly now. He's got the ball in his hand, and he's coming back to the pair. He will be trying another ball at some point.
We got a 290 going over there on lane 6.
We do. Tony Manna. And you'll be able to see it off the left side of your screen. I think Tony's been losing some weight, too. He might have lost it for a couple of years now. I just wasn't paying that close of attention, but he looks really good out there. So Tony Manna is up in the 10th frame on lane 6 right now.
We got the first one.
Yep, so he's working on 290. You know, I'm not really liking lanes 9 and 10 right now, watching these guys bowl this closely.
I was just thinking that this doesn't look too friendly.
No, I just don't like the pair. And this will be our championship pair come Sunday.
Could be a low-scoring final match.
Now, Nick has won this tournament. Nick Pate has won this tournament on lanes 9 and 10, hooking the whole lane. He was hooking the whole lane that day. He moved way left. Looks like he's got himself what we call a resin ball in his hand.
Has he won here twice?
Just once.
Just once? I thought that was at this other center.
Oh, man, might have been.
I'm not sure. I was not at that one, but I got the text messages from Mr. Pate.
Well, there's a photo.
It could very well be here, but I'm not sure.
I feel like it was here, but, man, they all run together for me. Now, there's the move deep inside.
That is a big move in.
That was a ginormous move.
Does not get the love on that one.
That looks more like what he did when he won this tournament. Now, the versatility of Pate is unbelievable. To see him go from the extreme outside angle with urethane to the inside angle Jason Belmonte style.
He is very versatile. I would also not say that was an extreme outside angle, Mr. Flanagan.
Okay. Extreme would be off of 3 or 4.
Yes.
Okay.
But I will not discredit the versatility of Mr. Pate.
Now, those of you that were listening earlier to where I was going to be the house booking all these bets, the house would have lost terribly bad there, setting that over-under at 2.5 strikes for Barris.
House never loses.
Yeah, well, in this particular case, best he can get is 2. I
think he needs to try something on this fill.
Yeah, and he will.
Whether it's I think he needs to try a new ball, but he's going to try something, whether it's with his hand, his ball speed, rotation, something he's going to change.
It's a different ball.
It is a different ball.
And it's a black ball. All black balls roll good. So that's going to be a plus compared to the other ball he was using. And here's Tricky Nicky in around 25.
That was a pretty good shot. His first one got a little bit wider than that.
Yeah.
And he saw the ball not want to quite pick up, and he definitely changed his angle for that one.
So he comes out of here with 191, and Dave Barris says the other ball just leaves nothing but 10 pins too. I think it's the pair. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go improve my score by 50 or 60 pins and get the hell out of this live streaming area.
Yeah, I'd put the over-under on 40 more pins in the next game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. So who's going to win this jackpot here? Old Kuchera, the guy we talked about the least, maybe, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we got a real dogfight here for it.
Steady Eddie for this game. Just keeping it right in front of him and staying out of trouble for the most part.
Now, if Kuchera here goes up and goes 9 spare strike, we have a real possibility of a tie here.
We do.
And they would split the jackpot if there was one in this jackpot game. That one's got a hook.
That's a little wide.
Hook. Yeah, that one got away from him a little bit.
And Lubinsky still has to double if Dave Kuchera makes the spare.
Yeah, big shot here for Lubinsky.
Looks a little left.
So we really hyped these guys up, and they are 4 great players, and we're going to be lucky to come out of here with a 1-200 game if we're lucky.
That usually tells me the pair's not so great.
Yeah, I would agree.
There weren't too many good scores on either of these two pairs this last.
No.
We saw Halen have a 8-strike 2-0 game.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the 200s have been scarce.
Yeah, this is kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs against the New England Patriots coming in, and we thought it was going to be high scoring, but a lot of defense today.
The ratio isn't too big, so any time you get that, it's either going to be feast or famine for the guys. And right around here anyway, don't see a whole lot of scores.
Are we going to get a 200 game? Yes, we are.
We just did.
We got a 202, so he takes down first place on the pair. Lubinsky's got a chance at second. Pate will come in third. Dave Barris will come in fourth on this non-meaningful.
Nick Pate might be second here. I think Dave Lubinsky's going to try something.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Usually it always strikes on the fill. So
he is going to try something. He's got something that hooks a little more in his hand.
See? Look at that. The fill shots always strike.
They do.
It's always off your hand a little cleaner, always a little more confident, because it doesn't matter if you split there or not, and it's just gonna come off your hand much better.
Well, what a treat this has been. I mean, an absolute treat having you here in the booth. Absolute treat watching these guys bowl sub 200.
I thought the treat was me leaving. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, it was a treat for me. Anytime I get to sit here next to somebody that's as good on the mic as you are, it allows me to kind of be a little more at ease.
You can't teach this. It's just born.
Yeah, I know.
But I thank you for having me on here, and I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to probably catch some flack for something I said, and it's going to be great.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that'll be good. Well, Nick, it was a pleasure. Looking forward to watching you bowl later.
Oh, yeah. Don't hype me up too much, because it's always an entertaining time here. So you never know. I've had some really good days here. I've had some really bad days.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I hope so.
You'll be all right.
I'm confident.
Yeah. Hi, brother. Thanks, man.
Have fun. Make sure everybody doesn't miss me too much.
Okay, I'll make sure.
Do not try any of those soundboard things again.
Okay. Well, thanks, Nick.
All right, thank you.
That's Nick Pate. Or I'm sorry, Nick Pate was who was bowling. That's Nick Krummel. Anyway, that was fun. It was fun. I never sat in the booth with Nick for an extended period of time. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of sarcasm we had there. We know each other a little bit from working together out on a tour doing some things, but hopefully everybody really enjoyed that. We called action, and we're quite sarcastic in what we did there. So we are here at the 2019 Ebonite Fall Classic, and we have 2 more games left, games 6 and 7 of this squad, and then we'll be back at 7 o'clock with 2 more for you. Glad you're with us. Looking forward to seeing whoever we have coming in next. I don't have any action out there, but I do have the guys we didn't talk about a whole lot the last time, but we'll send you over there now. We've got the Brian Halen pair here, Boho, Billy Goodman, and the fourth on that pair again is, oh, it's just three of them on the pair. Yeah, okay, got it. So we'll stay here. I'm going to go check on a couple of things, everybody. We'll update the standings, and we'll be right back. Well, I'm back, everybody, and it looks like the game rate is a little out of whack. These guys are way ahead of everybody that you've been watching. Still don't have anybody on 9 and 10. And 7 and 8 just got there. These guys are about done with game 6. Brent Boho had the front 6. You guys saw it right here. And then open. Went out to stretch my legs. So we will hang out here with them and then bring you over to 7 and 8, 9 and 10 for the rest of game 6 over there. Like I said, 9 and 10, nobody's even there yet. And it's going to be Rob Amers, Dwayne Kiltz. Keith Gruis and Justin Weber will be on 9 and 10. Over on 7 and 8 is Andy Buelo, Jonathan Shallow, Jason Cragen, and David Pashina. And I know somebody was asking for Jonathan Shallow earlier. He'll be on our pairs here.
On one side, I'll strike on the other.
Brent Boho looking for a double here in the 10th frame. Leaves a 7 pin.
Says, how hard is this game? Like, besides that, I hate this game.
Oh, and Nick won a Cadillac, not here.
Okay. I don't know what pair it was. It was right in front of the desk.
Snap it off.
Halen with the 10 pin.
I got one on my side.
There you go, buddy. People are getting really excited about strikes around here, I can tell you that. Billy Goodrum with 4 in a row going into the 10th frame. Let's see if he can finish it out. Still has 2:55 left. First one. Billy Goodrum's going to make a ball change. Taking a while to make it, though. I guess they are ahead of the entire field by a bunch. We're almost ready to take you over to the other pairs, guys. Almost there. Got to see if we get 255 here. .255 it is. Picking up game number 6 in progress here, just getting going. 7 and 8, 9 and 10. If you head over to Twitter, that's where we have our standings being updated. Let me see what I have. I should have after 4. 24 minutes ago. Brendan Stramick is leading at plus 91. Steve Keeler second at plus 87. Dave Barris third at plus 86. Rodolfo Madriz fourth at plus 85. Jason Bescher fifth at plus 79. Sixth, Dave Lubinsky at plus 70. Jacob Bedard is 7th at plus 62. 8th is Joe Stone at plus 56. 9th, Steve Taylor at plus 50. Tied with Tom Adcock at plus 50. So there you have it. Just to recap earlier, during A squad, I'm actually going to delete a tweet here. After A squad, your leader was Tom Hess at plus 211, Nate Stubler at plus 207, Cameron Crow at plus 182, fourth was Chris Wiley at plus 171, and fifth, Dakota of Austria at plus 108. Those are available on our Twitter feed at Inside Bowling. Don't forget, if you want to support the stream and hear more great commentary like Nick Krummel delivered earlier with me, you can support us over on our website. You can save 20% with coupon code LIVE this weekend, LIVE, L-I-V-E. Save 20%, pick up some shirts, some gifts. It's not too early to start thinking about Christmas is right around the corner. We appreciate all the support you guys give us, whether if it's sharing the stream, supporting us monetarily through the shirt sales and stuff like that. We just greatly appreciate any help that you give us at all. Shallow with 4 in a row. Justin Weber's not having any problems on 9 and 10. He's got the first 5. I think the inside angle is the way to go right now. I can see Nick Pate down a ways. He's struggling a bit. He just opened in a 10th. Well, he left a big 4. He could pick it, I guess. Scores are rough. Scores are definitely lower on this squad than the last squad.
came down here and I had the front three and
Wrapping up game number 6 here. Mike with you again here in the booth. I'm letting you enjoy 7 through 10 here in front of you. About a full game. Jonathan Shallow, when I left, was doing great, and I leave, and he hasn't been able to strike since. Lanes are really tricky, that is for sure. Rob Amers wanted to get in the booth. Shoot 184. Dwayne Kiltz is not having his best day either. Justin Weber with 230 on the board. Keith Ruiz still bowl 184. Andy Buelo finishes with 168. Jonathan Shallow can still bowl 210. Jason Cragen, 179. And David Paschina can still bowl 250. Don't forget, we'll be back with you at 7 o'clock tonight with the C Squad. And then tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the Cashers round. Tonight they are full, I've been told. Shallow finishes with 199. I was back talking to tournament director Joe Engelkiss about this squad, and everybody's all out of whack. Halfway through game number 7 already here is Andy Mills and Nick Heilman. Jeff Schway and Rob Warren. And then just coming into frame 7 through 10, just getting started. We got Tom Adcock, Steve Taylor, Alex Denton, Zach Denton, Megan Hess, and Brendan Ceramic. Tom Hess is back.
Yep, she made the flop back down here to the other end, so I'll sit here and chat with you guys for one more game.
Everybody's out of whack right now. Game 7's almost done down here. We got the front 5 now. We'll check back in down there on those lanes, but we'll bring you back down here. 7, 8, 9, and 10 as they just get underway in their game number 7. Got Andy Stone, Tom Adcock, Dan Gifford, and Steve Taylor. Yep. And then Alex Denton, Zach Denton, Megan, and Brendan Ceramic.
Yep, Brendan's right on the cut. Looks like Alex is going to be pretty close to the cut. Zach could get there with a big game. Megan struggled a little bit down there on the end. She had a couple of not so good games. But she's working hard and she's learning, and that's all we can ask. We all know tournaments like this don't favor the low rev players.
Yeah, people were asking what they thought the cut would possibly be. Any idea on that?
I haven't really been paying attention. If you want to know the absolute truth, I mean, I think Brendan. If it's what it normally is around here. I mean, he's 59 with 1 to go. A good solid 2-0, 2-10 probably should be plenty. But Mike, I haven't even looked at the scores, so I'd hate to even guess. If you got something, maybe we can kind of study them and look at them and see if between the two of us we can come up with a smart guess. I'm going to lean more on you for the smart part. I'll do the guess.
Well, after game 4 on this squad, right, and there's 57 players, so you take about 19 of them, I guess. I don't know how many he's taking in tomorrow, plus 9 after 4.
Yeah.
So 25 maybe. But then if you go look at your squad, a little higher scoring squad earlier. 48 bowlers, so you take about 16th, was 62 over.
Oh, wow.
So you've got 23 players, 20 or more over on your squad.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do for tomorrow, if he's just going to bring back the 1 and 3. I believe, if I remember right, he normally brings back the 1 and 3, but then pays a couple extra people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll bring everybody back, to get the more guys here tomorrow to make the lanes all full, or what Joe will do. Anything exciting happening in college football land?
No.
Look a little bit. Yeah, good spare. Sorry. Just letting you know right now, there's somebody I'm rooting for this game. So I know you're not supposed to root in the press box, but
What is she at now?
minus 128, I think. 120 something.
Well, she's plus on the live stream pair.
Yeah. Yep.
What'd she bowl earlier, 212 or something?
217, I think she had when
Oh,
she was
that's
on
right.
the live stream earlier. The only game Dad didn't coach her. Maybe that's a sign. Nah, she's been working hard. Like I said, just when your rev rate isn't what everybody else's is, it's a little bit harder to get your ball to hit, and she's just trying. That's what I was just talking to her before she started this game. She's just trying too hard. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's fair to her to make it known that, that it's my daughter, she's bowling, so she's trying to bowl too good, I think. That's pretty good. And she smiled.
Yeah.
And then she rolled her eyes. Yep, she didn't start with an open. Oh. Ooh. Just about had a lily right here in front of us.
Jeff Schway down there is working on 279.
Yeah, Jeff's a pretty good lefty from across. What's Andy at? 1290. You can put another. Andy might be in a re-bowl situation down there. Is that after 6?
5.
5. Rodolfo, somebody said bowled 170 down there on 3 and 4. I don't know what Tony had.
Yeah, Rodolfo's leading at plus 102. Tony Manna, 99. Jacob Bedard, third at 86. Fourth is Jason Betcher, plus 83. Stephen Keeler's fifth at plus 80. Dave Barras is sixth at plus 68. Followed by Dave Lubinsky, Brendan Ceramic, Dave Dentlinger, and Steve Taylor. Steve Taylor sits at plus 49. 23 players are plus on this squad. So I was looking for Jeff Schway. I don't even see him. He's in 42nd at minus 53.
Wow. I'm surprised by that. I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention.
Andy Stone's minus 50.
I thought he was bowling better than that earlier. Yeah, I've been watching Andy with him being right next to Megan. He hasn't had much going on all day.
So guessing cut's going to be somewhere between 15 and 25, 30, something like that.
Okay, okay. Got an interesting one to watch here then. Tommy Adcock starting this game at even. Spare double. So you're guessing Tommy needs 2 1/4 to be safe? 240 to be safe, 2 1/4 to have a chance?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the announcer jinx? Is that what that is?
Yep, pretty much.
At least I didn't bring a camera down.
True.
It was already on the camera.
Yeah, leading this squad. Plus 102. What'd you finish out?
I was 211. And Rodolfo just backed up. He just shot 170 over there. Somebody said so. He's only 70 over now.
Makes your score seem even bigger.
You know, I was just mentioning that to Joe. If you go back and look over the entirety of the 3 majors on our GBI schedule that each have the 3 qualifying formats, A squad scores seem to always be so much better and I'm surprised that more guys don't bowl. I mean, I would think A would be full every time.
Why do you think A squad does so much better? I have 2 thoughts why, but I'll let you go first.
Well, one, I think, is a lot of the players realize that, and most of the time, A squad's got a lot of good players on it.
That was the first one I thought of.
And the second one is just when you're bowling on something that's a little bit flatter, the more you put it out, the flatter and flatter it gets.
It's the exact same 2 things I was going to say.
You know, and then for me, The other thing, C squad, I don't want to get done bowling at whatever time it is they get done bowling here, and then have to go run back to go find something to eat, go back to the hotel, and then come in being all tired. I always bowl A squad. And that's my reasoning. But the flip side of that is a lot of these guys probably drove in today, saved saved $110, $120 on a hotel last night. So. That looks pretty good. Big game right here for him.
Sure is.
Starting out at 22 over, kind of right on the bubble. Front 5, that'll get you off the bubble a little bit. A lot of red numbers over there on that pair for all the good bowlers on that pair.
Yeah. They've been pretty tricky here.
That must be one of the tricky ones. Right now on 3 and 4, Mike, they're in the 10th frame. There's only 3 bowlers on that pair. They've thrown 1 strike.
I will tell you this, the scoring or the bowling pace here today has been really quick.
Yeah.
The squad earlier got done early.
Yep.
And this squad starting late is going to be done in 20 minutes.
Oh. Zach. How's the chat been going today? Is there anything fun going on in there?
We were having some fun earlier.
Who's picking on me? Nobody?
They've been talking to each other in here right now. Ryan Bowers wants a bowler's connection plug from you.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's where I'd go if I lived in Central Iowa to get my bowling balls drilled.
Let's try to do a spot. Let's try to do a jingle or something for him. Here we go. No, here's what we'll do. Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna serve up softballs and then you just do it. Okay.
They better be beach balls.
Here we go. Here we go. You know, Tom, if you're ever in Iowa, and you're just thinking about you wanna go get a new ball, or maybe one of your bowling balls doesn't feel right, do you have any ideas on where you should go?
Yeah, I'd head over to Bowler's Connection inside Bowler Emma Lanes over on the south side of Des Moines.
I hear those guys over there are not only really good at what they do, but when you go in there, it's like an experience. You get a lot of extra things. What are some of the extra things you get when you go in there?
Well, I get a lot of shit when I go in there, if you want the truth. Most of the time asked to leave, but, hey, it is what it is. No, Brian's really good. He takes good care of the people there. Got to be one of the most fully stocked. It by far is the most stocked pro shop in Des Moines, if not in the Midwest.
I heard the other day, I saw a new ball. I wanted to get it, and I was going to buy it online. Why should I go to the pro shop to buy it instead?
Interesting question. I don't know. Not being a pro shop guy.
Who wants to wait 3 days to get a ball when you can head on down to Bowler's Connection Pro Shop and get it right now? They'll drill it for you while you wait. Yep. Come on down. They'll match internet pricing, and they'll get you out the door.
Oh, hey, I didn't say anything about matching
internet
pricing.
I
Brian,
did.
Don't yell at me about the price thing.
I did.
No, I mean, I thought you were trying to go into the brick and mortar against the online.
No.
You're just having some fun. I get you.
No, if they wanted a plug for online, I would have phrased it like this. I would have said, why have to drive down to the pro shop when we can ship it to your door?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Don't even have to leave the house.
I like selling whatever way we got to do the spot
We'll
for.
throw 3 holes in it for you and send it to you. Let's hope they were in the right spot.
Yeah.
Brian's probably surprised that I didn't send him a text asking for him to drill something better so I could have a better look for tomorrow like I did in Dubuque.
It's a good one.
Yeah. That's what Andy Mills is giving me a hard time. So the choice solid had just come out up at Dubuque. I only had one, and I had to pin up one, and 160 over after 3, and I'm sending Brian messages. Hey, you got another choice solid? I think a pin down one will roll a little bit better.
Was that the Riggs tournament?
Yeah.
How'd you do in that?
Qualified 4th and did not bowl very good on Sunday.
Yeah, with all the bonus pins, that can hurt you.
Yeah, I believe I had 450 games out of the 12 on Sunday, and when the format of that, you know, with the guy that bowls for, I mean, I bowled 348 in at the last game last year, but it's unique. Not, I don't know, kind of have mixed emotions about it, you know. If you're the guy that shoots 150 and the field bowls 250, and then a couple of guys, you know, you didn't just lose 100. You know, a couple of guys are going to get, you know, another 40 bonus pins, so you lose 140 instead of 100, which, you know, the guys that bowled good get rewarded. The guys that bowled good really get kicked in the, you know, nads. But it is what it is. It's one, you know, little variety's okay. One time a year, that's not bad. If you want the bonus pins, don't shoot 150, go bowl 250 every game.
Right. Bauer says, thanks, guys. Line's out the door now. We can get rid of that line. You know, I got a ball drilled at Bowlers Connection Pro Shop, and my hand just got totally torn up immediately.
Well, you know why there's a line out the door? Because he's pretty damn slow.
Oh, that's true.
But the reason he's slow is because he does good work. You can't rush perfection.
True. Noah didn't build the ark in a day.
Nope. Nope. It's pretty bad that my eyesight's so bad I can't even see what the screen says.
Brian didn't drill a ball in a week.
Yeah, she's smiling. I like that. She's a little bit too much like her dad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been on the broadcast, and when you smiled the 2 times I've ever seen you,
Both times.
I go, he's smiling.
Wait.
I like that.
How long have I known you?
I don't know, 10 years maybe?
No chance I've smiled twice. Not while bowling, anyway. Oh, get up the hill.
Oh, yeah, we were both knowing that thing was going to. That's the distance in the oil pattern, too, man.
Yep. How that guy, Andy Stone, how his ball doesn't strike every time it hits the 1-3 is beyond me.
Yeah, I mean, I used to bowl against a guy in youth, and I just think having a real job and not being able to bowl as often as he wants hurts him in repeatability.
Yeah.
Because he's got a modern day game that should be right up there all the time.
Oh my God.
The thing is, he just gets out of balance and out of whack and starts spraying the ball like a sprinkler sometimes, and that's when he gets into trouble.
But it still goes to the 1-3, and how it doesn't strike every time it hits the 1-3 is beyond me. As you know, he's my doubles partner down at the Holiday Doubles.
Yep.
That's going to hook high. That was slow. You get one out there a little bit right and it doesn't hook, and then you slow one down a little bit and then it overhooks. Fun. They call that bowling.
Austin Odd over here on 11 and 12 has 5-bagger.
Subtract 48 off of that. So he would have been 60 under. Oh, whoops. That's a good announcer's jinx right there.
Still got 9.
Yeah. I kind of like, kind of dislike these scores, the way that I like the fact that it totals the score, but I wish it would leave what they started at for that game.
Yeah.
Because as it's adding it up, you get lost in the shuffle of where they're at, you know.
Got a question here in the chat. When is the Holiday Doubles? It's like the 14th through the 16th or something of December in St. Louis.
Sweet. Do you guys run over 50 brackets during that?
I don't know what he does.
That's my birthday.
Really?
13th. I'll be on the other tour.
Wow.
Maybe I should skip the Holiday Doubles, go bowl the other tour. No.
Is there one that week?
No, I doubt it. I am actually, though, just booked a flight earlier this week. The next weekend, flying down to Houston to bowl my first PBA 50 event. Going to go down there and bowl an over-under doubles event with Sean Lavery.
Nice.
Nice shot, Tommy.
He was dead even coming in?
He was dead even coming in. He can get to plus 22.
He's not the type of guy to re-enter either.
No.
He makes the most out of what he has in his one chance, and he'll gladly grind out a check here if he can. There are senior checks too here. He would be eligible for that.
As their senior checks, I do know they have a senior side pot as well. Nice pitch, Tommy. 22, is that gonna be enough? 22 if he gets all 10 right here.
It's gonna be, oh man. I'm gonna say yes, because typically the night squad is a little weaker. Typically. But since the re-entry thing's kind of come about, I don't know.
And I was talking to Joe. I think tonight he is going to use all 32.
Oh, okay.
If he needs to get everybody in that wants to get in. $22.
Got them all. That was a heck of a last 5 strikes there. 5-bagger, possibly to get in. Oh, man. Steve Taylor just missed the freaking head pin.
Oh, wow. For plus 10.
Wow. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
So there was one lady that bowled on A squad that was 8 under, and then I think the next was 140 under. My additions, right, which I think Megan needs a double to sneak into second spot for the ladies check with one squad to go, I think. Calm down, Brendan. You got enough. You're 60 over. We'll make this fair. Good shot, Alex. That's going to put him to 40 over. Two pretty good shots after going split-split in the 8th and 9th.
Yeah, how about not
seven spare, 6 spare, 8-1, 6-3. Nut.
He's got a high carry percentage when he hits the pocket.
Good work, dude.
Here's Megan working on a triple, looking for 4 in a row here on lane 9. No strikes the whole game, and then bada boom.
She's got strikes.
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong person. Sometimes they flip, sometimes they don't. I was looking at her right score. Here's ZD. Jesus. Sorry, let's go back through Megan's game. Strike, split, spare, strike, split, didn't make it, spare, strike, spare. She's grinding.
That's kind of her dad's game there on this pair, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it was. You had like 190 here, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on 7 and 8, but yeah. 193 on 7 and 8, 199 on 13 and 14. Come on. I think if she throws this one, she moves into second for the women. That's pretty close.
Push.
Oh.
Pretty good shot.
Oh. She's going to be 140. Oh, she might still be there because that's going to go to 57. That's 143.
So she was +2 on the 2 live streaming pairs.
Yeah.
These are going to be the last shot. This is the last shot coming up right here of the round for B squad. We'll be back at 7 o'clock for C squad qualifying.
Mike says the only 2 games I didn't talk to you today, you were +2. Mike says the 2 games I didn't talk to you today, you were +2. Maybe I should have stayed away. Got her to smile.
All right, everybody. We will be back in about an hour here from Waterloo, Iowa, the 2019 Ebonite Fall Classic. Tom, I want to thank you for sitting in.
Yes, thank you very much for allowing me. As always, it's a pleasure helping you out. I hope I added a little bit to the broadcast. Going to take Megan out for dinner, and if I get a chance, I'll come back over and do a little bit with C if you want me to.
Yeah, it'd be great.
All right, Mike. Thank you.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
We'll see everybody here in about an hour here at about 7 o'clock. Might get started a little bit late, but thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you later from the Ebonite Fall Classic.